And we are live. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. Welcome to part one of a tutorial and playthrough for Harakiri Blades of Honor. A few things before we start. First of all, as always with these live streams, let me know if you can hear us and see us okay. I'm joined by Paul.
Hello.
Arthur. And
Hi.
Pete.
Hi.
And yeah, we were going to be doing the adventure phase and the exploration phase. That was what we'd originally advertised tonight as being. However, we played it all this afternoon, and there is no way that we were going to get them both done tonight unless we were still here till 2 o'clock in the morning. So tonight, we're going to bring you the adventure phase, which is why it's part one. And then we'll bring you the exploration phase at another time. It might be in a couple of weeks' time. We'll sort that out later on. So yeah, a few things before we start. What we're showing you today is not the finished game. The game hasn't gone to print yet. There are some of the components that you will see tonight that are close to final. And there are other components that you will see tonight that have been printed out by me on my printer this morning. So please don't think that this is the final production copy of the game. But if you were to look at the board, and if I press this button here, I think I've got the right button. Yeah, this board, I'm pretty sure this artwork is either final or near final. So yeah, some of the things you see here are near final. Now, why am I doing a video for the game when it's not out yet? And that is because the Pledge Manager is currently open. And it closes, did you say 13th of May? 13th of May it closes. So this is your last chance to get in on the Kickstarter version of it. There is a link in the description of this video. And please use that link because that is a personalised link for me. So if you're interested in backing the game after seeing this video. Because the game hasn't yet gone to print, what we're going to be showing you tonight is the rules of the game as they are now. There are unlikely to be any major changes, but there may be some small tweaks between now and when the game comes out. So if you're watching this video in X number of month times, when the game is actually out, then the rule book, the printed rule book, trumps whatever I say, okay? Then there may be some small tweaks. Also, because this is a prototype, all of the text on all of the cards hasn't yet gone through a full editorial process. So during the game tonight, we might come across some cards which might have typos on, or they might not make much sense, or something like that. Don't worry, they've assured me that they're going to get a full set of editors on it to cover things like that. Now, what this game is, this is a campaign-driven game. It's divided into a number of chapters, and each chapter definitely has an exploration phase, but some of them have an adventure phase. So the adventure phase is this part of the game where the four characters are going to be traveling across the board, doing various missions and all sorts of other things. The exploration phase that you'll see in a couple of weeks' time, that is like a tactical miniatures combat game where it's still the same four characters, but we're fighting enemies and things like that. Every chapter does have an exploration phase, but a number of them have this adventure phase beforehand. And yeah, that's what we're going to be covering. That's what we're going to be covering tonight. Now, what else did I need to say before we started?
No spoilers.
No spoilers, that was it. Now, because it's a campaign-driven game divided into chapters, you might think by watching tonight's video, you're going to get spoilers for chapter one. You're not. What we're playing tonight is a special demo scenario that was created to show the game off. So everything you see, all of the missions, all of the travel events, all of that, absolutely no spoilers whatsoever. We are going to be using the characters that come with the game, so they've got the same skills and things like that. But in terms of the story, the narrative, you're going to have no spoilers whatsoever in that. So, big thank you to Synergit Games for trusting me with creating this video and asking me to do it. This is a sponsored video for Synergit Games, but I do also rely on the support of the Patreon campaign to keep the channel going. So a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. And if you like the content that I create and you want to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. I think that was everything. Yeah, I think that was everything. Now, Joel from Synergit Games, hopefully he's in the chat. He was in the chat earlier on today helping us. So hopefully he's in there. If you have any questions for the publisher, then feel free to ask them in the chat. That will be Joel who will be answering those. Other than that, we are going to jump in and we're going to make a start. Now, there was one more thing that I wanted to mention. In the campaign, you start off, your characters are all level 1. The maximum level you can achieve during the campaign is level 5. And we're playing today with level 3 characters. So what that means is that this adventure is similar in terms of difficulty to, I think, what you would experience halfway through the campaign. Now, it's going to make more sense when we play the exploration phase. But when you are level 1 characters, you've got a lot less skills and attributes and things like that. Let's just talk about, let's just show you my character, show you what it is. So I'm playing Hikaru. Hikaru is a monk, and you've got various bits of information here. This is how much health you have at the different levels. So because we're level 3, I've got 11 health, which is tracked here. For some reason I've lost one. Down here you have 4 attributes. You have power, you have knowledge, you have spirit, and you have dexterity. Now at level 1, it says here Hikaru starts with 1 spirit. But every time you gain a level, you will add an attribute point. So I don't have any power, but I do have 1 point of knowledge, 1 point of spirit, and 1 point of dexterity. If we just take a look at Akira, for example, Akira has actually got 2 points of power. So you don't use 2 cubes, you just move the cube to the second one. Personally, I think it looks better with 2 cubes, but you might run out of cubes if you use that many cubes. So that's those. These skills here, you will have a level 1 skill if you're level 1, and every time you level up, you will gain an extra skill. These are double-sided, so when you level up, you have a choice of which one you go with. But the level 1 skill is always just the same. The skills, we're not going to use these in the adventure phase. They will come in more in the exploration phase. The Kami card, which is over here, now again, this is printed out by me this morning. We only have the bottom ability of that, but what's going to happen is over the course of the campaign, you're going to be increasing this by interacting with sanctuaries and giving karma to sanctuaries, which increases this. And this, as the higher it moves, it unlocks these extra abilities. But in the adventure phase, you only need the bottom one here. I've also got monk's robes and a weapon, and I've also got a couple of items down here as well. So that's my character. And the 4 characters play in a different way because of the skills and the things like that they've got. Right, shall we read through the story? There is a bit of narrative in this game, so I've got my water. Right.
Saki.
I've got my sake, yes. So after a long journey, the 4 companions finally arrived at their destination, the city of Tsuruga. Among them was Tomo of the Sakura clan, a young and skillful samurai. Her great desire was to find her father, imprisoned by the shogun after the war that allowed him to eliminate the emperor and take control of Japan, a land he now ruled with an iron fist, oppressing the population. Alongside her was a hapless ronin fallen from grace by the name of Akira, a former samurai of the Firefly clan, who had also recently lost his sight. Although luck made a Tengu named Jirobu take pity on him, after observing him while wandering through the forest, completely disoriented and lost. So he took it upon himself to train him and taught him to improve his combat technique, focusing on the use of the katana and martial arts. But he also showed him how to develop and make the most of his other senses in order to make up for his irreversible blindness, until Akira reached limits beyond the strictly human. The third member of the group was Hikaru, a monk belonging to the Dragon clan, in whose heart grew a great hatred directed towards the shogun, who had subdued the lands he loved so much. The peasants were living poorly and suffering all kinds of plunder and humiliation at the hands of the tyrant's henchmen, who were spreading like a dark shadow across Japan. That had kindled in the monk's heart the flame of rebellion, which had made him join his companions seeking revenge. And finally, the 4th member of this diverse group was a ninja by the name of Hattori of the Mountain clan, who was desperately searching for his wife. To his misfortune, during the wars that led to the shogun's rise to power, his village was razed to the ground and no trace of his beloved was left. Everything indicated that she had fallen into the hands of the tyrant, who had kidnapped her for some dark purpose. To Hattori's misfortune, he had no clue, nor did he know where he should investigate, which had led him to undertake a search, the end of which he could not even imagine. Unbeknownst to them, the fate of all Japan was now in their hands. Their path had led them to Tsuruga, where, in their struggle against the oppressor, they wished to meet with the resistance that was active in that area. As far as the group had heard, the Tsuruga insurgents were well organised and had confidants scattered throughout much of Japan. That was why they needed their help, in order to locate the hiding place of a spy who possessed valuable information. And so they had done so. Naturally, the resistance offered to collaborate and set its network of spies in motion, but finding their target was no easy task and would undoubtedly take time. In the meantime, the 4 would wait in Tsuruga and help the resistance in the area, for there was much to do in the fight against the shogun. Tomo, Hikaru, Akira and Hattori did not yet know how long and dangerous the road ahead of them would be, a path that could lead them to honour and redemption, or to the most terrible of humiliations and the cruelest of defeats. Only by embarking on this mysterious journey could they find out. So that's the narrative introduction. Now, In there was a lot of flavour introduction for each of the 4 characters. I'm going to assume, and Joel will confirm this, if that is the actual character background for the campaign. But this particular bit about trying to locate a spy and helping the resistance, that is just for this demo scenario. So this particular scenario we're playing today, we're going to be playing over a maximum of 5 rounds. After 5 rounds, we read a certain chapter in the book, and that will tell us what happens. And our main objective is to complete as many missions as possible. We have 7 mission cards that are placed above the board, and the setup has told us where to put the quest tokens or the mission tokens that relate to those 7 missions. So Pete, if you wouldn't mind, one by one, just reading out the front of the cards so that we know what we need to do. So first one is here.
Purification. A dark fog surrounds the Amaterasu shrine. Investigate the area.
So that's one thing that we need to do. And that will be revealed before we start as well, but we'll just go through them first. The setup does say that we flip that one over, but yeah, we'll go through them first. Next one is over here.
2. At all cost. Shogun troop movement has been seen in the vicinity of Nagoya.
Okay. And this marker is actually on a location just west of Nagoya, so it's not in the city itself. Number 3 is over here in the city of Tamba.
Infiltration. The Shogun's troops have trapped Ibuki, leader of the resistance. Rescue him.
Okay. Number 4 is in Kyoto.
The daimyo of the Sakura clan. Head to Kyoto to seek the support of the Sakura clan.
Number 5 is over here.
Kokuta, the blacksmith. You receive the location of the Resistance's fortress. Visit it to help its blacksmith.
So the Resistance's fortress is there. Okay. Number 6 is all the way down here in a place I'm not going to even try and pronounce.
Bakekujira. A terrible monster is besieging the eastern shores.
Okay. And finally, number 7 is up here in Miyazu.
A new beginning. The heiress of the Dragon clan is in danger and must be taken to a secret refuge.
Okay. Now, the setup instructions did say that for quest 1, we're actually going to, or mission 1, we're actually going to reveal it. To reveal the other missions, we must travel to that location, interact with the token, and that allows us to access the mission. But for mission 1, if you want to flip it over, and we get the full details of what we're trying to do at this sanctuary.
Eliminate sanctuary corruption. Deposit 8 karma tokens to purify the sanctuary. Interact to offer the amount of karma you want. After making each offering, refer to chapter 46.
Yep.
Read the conclusion section when you have deposited the 8 karma or the phase is finished.
Yeah. So basically, we've got 5 rounds to try and deposit 8 karma here. Now, all players start with 1 karma. We've got to go out and we've got to do other stuff in order to get more karma, and then we've got to deposit it here. This is kind of like one of our primary objectives, because if we don't deposit 8 karma here, I guess something bad's going to happen at the end. But yeah, it's not like, I don't think this is a game where you fail a scenario and then you replay it. I think however this ends will lead into the next one. Yeah, Joel will confirm that. I'm pretty sure it's what's it called, fail forward, where you don't have to just keep replaying it. You carry on regardless. But
in the campaign, yes.
Yeah, how one ends will affect the next one.
But this is a standalone.
This is the standalone one, so yeah, not a big thing. Do you want to pass us the mark sheet? Where is it? It's here. So yeah, so the full game is going to come with a sheet much bigger than this. In fact, let's just show you this here. But certain things we will get told to mark these, and then later in the game it will say, have you marked such and such a thing? And if we have, it will lead to a different outcome. So this is just a small selection of ones that are going to be used for this, but the full game will have a lot more. Right then, so how the game plays, it's divided into a series of rounds, and as I mentioned, we're playing a maximum of 5 rounds, and then when the 5 rounds is up, we read a certain chapter, and we track the rounds on this board here with this little token here. Each round is divided into 2 parts. There is the Shogun's turn first, and then after the Shogun's turn, it's the character's turn. This is going to be a rolling teach, so we're going to start playing. We've all played this before, and we'll explain the rules as we go along. So the Shogun's turn is first. the first thing we do is we move the round marker one space forward. And I had forgotten to put it on there. That should be on 7. Now, in certain games, you will have trigger tokens on certain spaces for the round marker. And when the round marker reaches that trigger token, it will then tell you to do something. We don't have that for this scenario. It's just 5 rounds. But we do have a trigger token on the 7 space, and that's not for the rounds.
Shot for that.
That is for... Yeah, I did have a shot for that, didn't I? No, I changed my mind. This is the Shogun's Influence. The Shogun's Influence will increase at the start of each round by an amount based on the particular chapter that you're playing. And for this one, it's 2. So if you want to move the Shogun's Influence marker 2 spaces, if the Shogun's Influence marker ever reaches 7, the scenario told me which chapter I need to read in the book. Which section I need to read in the book. But also, if you look carefully, we've actually got this is divided into 3 parts. We've got the green area here, the yellow area here, and the red. This shows the level of the Shogun's influence. If it's in the green area, it's relatively safe. Yellow area, it's starting to get a bit dangerous. And the red area, the Shogun's got a lot of influence over the area. The next thing that happens is we have these Shogun influence cards. Now, I believe that these are also not generic for the campaign. These are fixed for the particular chapter that you're playing. Again, Joel will confirm that. I think that's right. Hi, Kanye, thank you for popping in. So if you want to do the honours, if you want to reveal that card, read the bit of flavour at the top.
Okay, Snowy Roads. The dark magic of the Shogun causes heavy blizzards to sweep across the lands of Japan, making movement difficult. So because we're in the green section at the moment, straining is not allowed.
Which is called exerting.
Exerting.
So straining has been renamed to exerting.
Okay.
So let's just have a look at these cards. You will see that there's the flavour text at the top of the card. And then we've got 3 effects, green, yellow or red. And that depends where the Shogun's influence is. So because the Shogun's influence is in green, it means, none of us can exert this round. Which is a shame.
My plan.
We spent the last 10 minutes planning exactly what we were going to do. That's, I think, almost the end of the Shogun's turn. There is one other thing that the Shogun does, and that's if there's any enemies on the board, they now move. There aren't any, so we skip that part. We now go into the character's turn. So at the start of the character's turn, we all get 3 action points. So everybody take 3 action points. And now what happens is we take our turns in whatever order we want to. But one player must finish their entire turn before play moves to the next player. And on your turn, you use your 3 action points. You can't save any from one round to the next. You use your action points to travel across the board, fight enemies, interact with tokens. That's probably about it, I think, isn't it? They're the main things that you can do. But there was one thing that we didn't do this afternoon, which is called group travel. Now, group travel can only happen if characters are in the same location at the start of the round, which they are. Mm-hmm. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain normal travelling first, and then I'll explain group travel. Because normal travelling, let's say I was to take the first turn. I spend 1 action point. You get 3 movement points plus your dexterity. Now, my dexterity is 1, so that would give me 4 movement points. And you move. Let's just press, I think it's this button here. Yeah, so you move along these roads to these locations. There's a number of different types of locations, but each one of these is a location. And there's 2 types of roads. There's the Imperial roads, which are well maintained with nice cobblestones. And then you've got these dangerous paths which go through the countryside. So you can move up to the number of movement points you've got, which for me is 4. But normally you can exert yourself. And if you exert yourself, you spend 1 extra action point and you can move 1 extra space. And you can spend both extra action points if you want to. Now, because of the snowy roads, we can't do that this turn. So we are limited to that. Now, the travel action, you can only do once per turn. So even though you've got 3 action points and travelling only costs 1 action, you can only do it once. Now, after you've travelled, if you just travelled 1 location, then you take your time, it's safe. But if you travel more than 1 location, you draw a travel card. Now, we've kept these with a cover on, but actually what you do is you draw from the bottom, and the travel card, you read either the green side or the red side. You use the green side if you're travelling along the Imperial roads, if all of your journey is along Imperial roads. If any of your journey is along the dangerous paths, you resolve the red side of the card. And it's a travel event. And again, those travel events are unique to the particular chapter that you're playing. let's go back to group travel. The reason why you might want to use group travel is if you travel in a group, and it can be just 2 or more people, you don't draw a travel event. So we might want to do that right now because we saw that some of those travel events could lead to nasty things happening. Do we have a plan? So because we can't exert ourselves, we are limited to our base movements.
The slowest person when
So
we go
I
together.
got a movement of 4.
My movement's 4 as well. So if
I'm
we
4.
group together,
Yeah, I'm 4.
okay, so we should leave Pete behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems fair.
Sorry, Tomo.
So us 3 could travel together and we wouldn't lose any movement points. If we did group with Pete, we'd only move 3. And that would be the travel action done.
Is that
But we
our-
might still want to do that.
Is that our move for the turn?
That is our move for the turn.
No, it's an action point. It's also our move.
Yeah. So yeah, all of our plans of where we were going to go
Yeah.
are spoiled.
But if you did that, then you could all move.
We could actually
Yeah.
get to Kyoto,
You could all get to Kyoto.
and Tomo could go.
So Kyoto is 1, 2, 3, 4 away.
Yeah. So I'd be keen to group.
Oh,
with
you
two.
rotten lot can go that
Yeah.
way. I can go and do
We can
something
go
far more interesting.
into the mountains.
The thing is, we probably don't all want to go down here, do we? We probably want to go different places because there's other missions.
I mean, what you would have
1, 2,
wanted to have
3,
done
4.
maybe was to exert and then go here.
Yeah.
Or
Except
Well,
we can't.
yeah, we
but
can't.
you can't, because you
So
can't
are we
exert.
saying we can't get here then?
No.
No.
1.
So I'd be interested in
Two,
going
yeah.
to Kyoto, if only because there's a market there and I can.
Go shopping
Go
or
shopping,
work in
whatever.
the city or...
And otherwise, it's going to be mostly a wasted turn because of the
So
exertion.
if 2 of us went to Kyoto, then where could the person who is then in Kyoto, who's not doing this, go next round? Nothing else is 4 away,
No.
Yeah, but we will exert next turn, hopefully.
probably. It all depends whether
So
we
I
want to
can-
save
so I can
the...
probably
I
get-
could get to Tamba.
Yeah.
From here, I could exert to get to Tamba. Which
Right.
Is good.
You can
Probably get down to there.
you get here without exerting. There
Can
with
you?
exerting.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
not so bad then, is it? So that's actually quite a good route.
1,
So-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So if me and Hattori, if we both go to Kyoto now,
Mhm.
and then next round I'll have 4 movement, I can go there without exerting. Could do.
And you could go. You would be able to go there.
Or I
with
could
the-
go there with exerting, but
And there are actually 3 things to do in this area because there's 3 missions.
right.
Well, does it make sense for Tomo and Akira then to come this way together?
Could do.
Because we get here and I could get down to this one next turn.
So all we're doing is we're saving the travel event. So here's the thing: if Tomo was to go here on her own and then interact there, you could then go further and do something else. The problem is if you both go together and you're here, and then there is nothing else to do there,
So
you're
can't do
stuck
the
and
further action.
you've lost because you've used your
Okay.
travel action.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could come here, and this is.
It's a city. There is no mission there, but
I
you
can
can
work.
go there. You can work in the city to
Yeah,
earn some
okay.
money.
Okay, so I'm happy to go to Kyoto with Paul.
So if we travel together,
Yep.
So do we go first?
Does that mean you travel together, but you've used one
And we've used 1 action point
point
each.
Right, so let's just do that.
So
Paul and I
we
will
travel
go first.
together. This is me. This is you.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
wrong.
But
Okay,
that hasn't activated either of our characters yet.
You've just used one.
We've
Right.
just used 1,
Yeah.
and now we can still take our turns in
So,
whatever.
so do
order
you
we want.
want to go? Do you want to go first, or I don't mind going first or second?
No, you go first.
All right. Well, I will interact with the
Yeah.
mission.
So one of the actions you can do, and it costs you an action point, is to interact with one of these tokens, and that basically means flip that code over. We read it, and it tells us what the mission is.
Right. Meet the daimyo of the Sakura clan. If you are Tomoe,
Nope, you're not.
read a particular section of text.
Yeah.
If you're Akira, Hikaru, or Hattori, which I am, then read another section. The section is 8.
Section 8. Right. So I need to go to. I've got it on here, haven't I? Section 8, which says. After a short wait, finally, the daimyo of the Sakura clan receives you. The old man begins to speak. Excuse the delay. I was informed that you were coming. What brings you here? He tells you while he invites you to take a seat in front of some cups of steaming tea. Tell him the information you have about the invasion of Japan by the shogun's armies. The old man begins to explain. Yes, we are aware of these movements, and we are already on the move. I am trying to retake the alliance of the 4 clans. I have the wholehearted support of the Dragon Clan, and was now meeting with the daimyo of the Mountain clan to sign an agreement with them. However, the daimyo of the Firefly clan has refused to attend such a meeting. He sits down in front of his desk and begins to compose a long letter. A few minutes later, he rolls up the paper and seals it with wax and his clan ring and adds, "He listens to you anyway," he says as he hands you the missive. "Go to Issei and make these conditions known to the daimyo. If he does not accept them, he and all members of his clan will be treated as allies of the shogun. We cannot allow the emperor to be assassinated again." So you have a choice. You can either travel to Issei, which is down here, to meet with the daimyo of the Firefly clan and deliver the missive to him, or say you have no time to waste, the resistance has more important matters.
All right, I shall accept the mission.
Okay, turn to section 6. So take and activate mission card 8 and place 1 token of your clan in Issei. So these clan tokens, these are character specific, and what that means is it's only Arthur's character that can go to Issei and do this mission because it's his clan token there. So mission 4 is actually discarded and replaced by mission 8 that I have put somewhere safe. There, the missive. So you get that. That goes face down at the end. And where's number 8? We played this afternoon, and I thought I'd tidied everything up. I've tidied mission number 8.
Well, that's 9.
You got mission 9.
There it is.
Mission number 8. Found it. Right. So mission number 8 is here. Mission number 4 is gone. That was just a middle mission. Now, one of the things that you can do in the game as a free action is 2 characters that are in the same location. They can share information and trade items. So that doesn't cost an action. And basically what that means is, because this is a cooperative game, I didn't mention that, but this is a cooperative game. What that means is that Arthur can say, well, I've got a job to go and down here and meet the daimyo of the Firefly clan. So what we can do is I can put my token on there as well, which means I could also travel to that location to try and complete that mission, whereas you two can't, because you don't know about that. Right. So if you think about it thematically, it makes sense. But if we meet up with you, we can say, oh, by the way, we're also trying to do this. That's it. That's your action.
So I will share that information.
Thank you.
I have 1 action left, which is pretty much got to be interact with
the city. Yeah. So remember, you can only travel once. Arthur has already used his travel action, so he can't travel again. But he's in a city. He's in Kyoto. Now, when you're in a city, let's just zoom in a bit here. You'll notice that there are some icons on the city. These icons indicate the different things that you can do in the city. But one of the things you can do is you can always work in the city. You spend an action point and you gain 2 coins. But the other things you can do here is you can visit the blacksmith, you can visit the inn, or you can visit the market. Now, the inn is for recovering health, which we don't need to do because none of us are wounded yet. The market is where we reveal 3 random cards from this market deck, and you get a chance to buy them. But as we saw earlier, a lot of these cards are quite expensive. And visiting the blacksmith allows you to buy certain items that are specific to your particular character. Yeah, I can't find mine. But these are Pete's, for example. And it says on the bottom that these are the level 3 samurai cards. So each character has their own set of cards which can be crafted at a blacksmith. The cost down here is, the number down here is how much it costs. All characters in this scenario have started with 10 coins. So none of us can afford to do anything like that at all. But what did you want to do? Did you want to work, or did you want to try your luck at the market?
Yeah, I've only got 10 money, so I think I'll work for...
Yeah, so working is very simple. You just take 2 coins.
Yep.
There you go.
That's me done.
These coins, by the way, these are possibly the nicest coins that I've ever seen in a game. They are metal coins. I'm not sure if they were a deluxe add-on or something, but they are extremely good. We'll show you a close-up of them later on. So that's it. That is Hattori's go done. Shall I take my turn? Because my turn is going to be relatively simple. Because I've already travelled.
Yep.
I have nothing else to interact with. So I'm actually just going to work twice.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to do some odd jobs for an old lady. I'm going to clear out a cellar full of rats.
4 coins.
And just get 4 coins.
Nice.
Because I'm sure that will come in useful later on. Right.
Right, back in Surugura, Suruga.
Yeah. Well, you're having a swim in the lake.
Yeah,
aren't you?
I'm having a swim in the sea.
Shall I go here?
If you go there, yeah, okay.
So
Go
you
first.
spend one action to move,
So it's 2 spaces.
And
I've
you're
got
moving on your
maximum of
own.
3. Yeah, moving
which
on my own.
means we need to do a travel event.
That's one of my actions.
Can I?
I need a travel.
Yeah,
event.
I don't want to end there.
If you travel with me, then your
I have to
movement
end
has to
there.
end there. Whereas
Right,
you
I
might
don't
want
want
to
to
move
do that.
forward. You can move
Yeah.
twice as far as me.
I can.
So what we've got is we've got this big travel deck of cards. The player to the left, and because it was along dangerous paths, you want to read the red side of it.
Red side.
Is Pete going to get bitten by a lycanthrope again?
I can confirm that's unlikely. There is a flood. After days of heavy rains, you reach the bridge across the river. The water has risen above its timbers. Strong waters will carry everything in their path, but you must cross, or you won't make it in time. If you have, I'm not sure what the symbol is. It's a sort of eye.
That's
Dexterity.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah.
If you have dexterity 2+, you cross the bridge before the strong current rips it away. I'm guessing
Yeah,
you do.
Pete and dexterity are not the best of
you-
friends.
Not so good, are you?
I fall down the stairs on a regular basis.
If you have dexterity 1,
No.
No.
or strength, the fist 1,
Power.
Yeah, I've got strength.
Hey.
I've got power.
the bridge does not support your weight,
Oh.
and you are swept away by the current.
Yeah, sorry, Pete.
This
You're,
is
you're dead.
This is possibly not the worst result. With some effort, you manage to cling to the branches of a tree and escape unharmed. You lose 1.
Have a look. Looks like a blue thing on his health. Action point.
Lose an action point.
You've lost an action point.
Action point. Swimming back.
Now, presumably, if that was your last action point, you don't lose anything. But yeah, you've lost an action point.
I'm sure you won't miss it.
Okay, yeah, it could have been worse.
So, okay. I have one action point left.
Yeah.
Which I will use to investigate
Mission 5.
Mission 5.
Okay.
Kakuta the blacksmith. You receive the location of the Resistance's fortress. Visit it to help its blacksmith. Get the relic before the Shogun's men do.
Mm.
Paragraph 15.
15.
Section 15, sorry.
15. Right. Before sunset, you arrive at the secret camp that the Resistance has set up to the north, out of the Shogun's clutches. A woman is waiting for you on the other side of the large gate, which closes behind you when you pass through it. The woman asks you to follow her, and soon you enter the large building behind the wall. 2 more men await you in a dimly lit room. Looks like we're all here, says a bearded man in a deep voice. Allow me to introduce myself. The woman at your back is Choyoka, the one who makes sure we get everything we need. Her network of contacts throughout Japan is frightening. And I am Kakuta, the famous blacksmith. After finishing the introductions, the man continues. We believe that the Shogun is behind what until now we thought was a mere rumour, the powerful Omamori of Abisu. It was always thought to be a legend, however it turns out that it exists. What's more, it was hidden near here. We've had it right next door all along. The power of that relic can tip the balance in our favour. Tell me where it is and I'll go get it back. That's the problem. The Shogun also seems to be after the Omamori, so you must fly. I've marked on the map the 4 locations where it could be found. You must hurry and anticipate the Shogun's men. Don't let them get hold of it. So you want to place one of your clan tokens on the 4 locations listed on the card, which is the Izanami Shrine, Gifu, Hikone, and Takashima. They are the possible 4 locations of it.
And that's my go because I've used up.
So we want to take that and put it on here because that mission has started.
Yep.
Okay.
And you're all done.
So I'm going to move.
Mhm.
Did you do a road event? You did.
did.
Yes. Okay.
That was the floods.
The floods. Of course it was. Right. So I'm going to move. I'm going to.
You've got
follow
3
along.
movement points.
I've got 4 movement points.
Oh, plus 4 because
I've
you're
got
wearing
a-
Tengu's feather cape.
I've got
Yeah.
a cape. So, could you move it along 1, 2 to yours? Can we just have a little chin wag?
Yeah, so the sharing of information and items is the only thing that can be done mid-movement. So normally you move, do an action, you then can't carry on moving, but the sharing of information you can. So now that you've done that, Pete can tell you these 4 possible locations.
Oh, quite happily. So, well, you got any coins?
I do as it happens.
Cooperative.
They're in my pouch.
Oh.
They're going to stay in my pouch.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell you. I'll pass on to you the story of the missing relic and the fact that the Shogun's after it as well. But we don't know where it is. It's at one of these 4 places.
Okay. Right, so thank you for that. Well, I'll continue my movement. I've got 4 movements.
So you've got 2 movement left.
So I'll come south. Because I'm intending to come south anyway. So I'll go to here.
Right, so you now finish your
and
movement.
stop.
So now we have to do a.
At that point, we do the travel event. Now, you went along dangerous paths.
I did.
So I read this. Stolen treasure. You come across a corpse that has been dead for several days. Your attention is drawn to a small chest next to the lifeless body. You are assailed by doubts. Do you want to A, open it and keep the contents, nobody will know about it, or B, open it out of curiosity, or C, return it to its place of origin?
I'm returning it to its place of origin.
Hang on a minute, sorry, that's the green side. Ignore that.
Oh.
I read the wrong side.
You
Okay.
get swept away.
I get swept away in the flood.
There's a flood. You see Pete floating down the river. Right. So instead of the stolen treasure, there's pursuers.
Oh no, that's worse.
You have been aware that you are being followed for some time now. You start to pick up the pace, but you know you won't be able to keep up this pace for long. Do you have dexterity 1 or more?
I don't have any.
Do you have power 1 or more?
I've got power.
Okay, read A. A. With great effort, you manage to leave your pursuers behind, but you lose 2 health.
2 health.
2 health.
1, 2. Ouch. Okay, well that'll teach me for going dangerous roads through the mountains.
Yeah.
That was one
Okay,
action.
so that was one action. So second action, I'm going to interact with.
Yeah. Now it tells us on there what to use. So what?
Gifu is section 17.
Section 17 says if this is the 3rd area you visit, no, it's not. There doesn't seem to be any trace of the relic. You decide to head to the next option to see if you have better luck there. So those counters can come off.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is a city.
It is a city, but it's a city with an inn and a market.
Okay, well I might as well go to market. I can't save an action.
No.
No, I'll go to the market,
We're
please.
going to go to the market. So what we do is we have the big market deck. We give them a shuffle.
Got my 10 coins in my little hands. I'm going to put my katana down to grab the coins. But
Give,
that's all right.
give these a shuffle. I'm
I'll
going to
just put it
deal
back.
out 3 of these items.
Can't afford it. Can't afford it.
Ooh,
Can't
There you
afford
go.
it.
So
can't
the
afford it.
cost is in the bottom right. You can
Oh.
buy as many of them as you can afford, and any that you don't buy get shuffled back into the deck.
Did I
Plus
pick-
1 to knowledge rolls. That's a good one.
Did I pickpocket Tomo on the way by?
I don't think you did.
I don't think I
no,
did.
No, I don't remember you saying that. So no look at the
No look
market
at market.
today.
Okay.
They get shuffled back in.
Okay,
So nobody else gets to come back and buy them.
No,
sorry about that.
somebody else buys them.
Paul, were you supposed to take a couple of items out of that deck?
I did. They're over there.
You did, all right.
Brilliant.
And I can't remember if that's for this phase or the next phase, but I've
I
taken
think,
them
I
out.
think it was for this.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Are we all done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Right, that's the end of the round. So now we just go to round 2. Shogun's turn. So we move the round marker onto 2. The Shogun's influence goes to 4.
What?
And just before we carry on, if you are watching this video, let me know if you are somebody who's watching the video because you're interested in seeing what the game's like, or if you've backed the game already, let me know. I'm curious to see how many people are watching this who've actually backed the game and wanted to see how it plays. Because there were a number of videos done for this game when it was on Kickstarter. It's obviously been quite a while since then. This video now is, I believe, the most up-to-date one with the latest rules. And obviously, if you're watching this video back afterwards, which most people will be, just leave me a comment. Let me know. Right, Shogun card. So we get rid of that one. What have we got?
We have.
And we're still in the green, aren't we?
We are still in green. We have the shadow lurks. It seems that the Shogun's followers are everywhere. There is no way to shake them off. All paths are considered dangerous.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Well,
my
that makes
strat-
no
So
difference
that
to us.
means
so my
road
strategy
event.
last game of following
Yeah,
Imperial
travel
roads
events.
is
Yeah,
they're okay.
completely null and
Make
void.
No
No
difference for us because we're mountaineers.
Right. Now we've done the Shogun's influence, we've done the round track, we've done the Shogun's influence, we've done the card. We now do any enemies. There are no enemies. It's now our go. So at the start of the round, me and Arthur are in the same place. If we wanted to, we could do group travel,
Probably don't want.
but I don't think we do we?
No.
Because we both want to go our separate ways and do our
Yeah.
do our
The main
separate
question
thing.
really is do you want to go to Ise or shall I? Can't get there in one round anyway.
No, I mean both of us are moving 4. We can exert ourselves this turn. So
Yeah.
exerting is use an extra action point to move 1 extra space. Now we do need to deliver 8 karma here by the end of the game, but we do need to get some more karma. Interestingly, there's not much to do down here. So this is the same map, I think, for the whole campaign. It's not like a different map each chapter. So different places will do different things as the game goes on.
Yeah, although we see missions can appear, so
Yeah, true.
shall I go to Ise then?
Sure.
And I'll go first then.
Okay.
This is me.
Yep.
Movement has a 4.
So your base movement is 4.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter what is Imperial Road. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get to Iga, which is striking range and is a town. So I shall do that.
Okay, so first action is to travel to Eager.
And I have travelled, therefore.
You have travelled on your own further than 1, but you've travelled along Imperial paths. But because of this,
Yeah, doesn't matter.
it's the red card.
Rio. Night falls, and some monks offer shelter on the roof of the temple that they
Oh.
are building.
How nice.
Yeah, there you go. Right,
After-
card over.
Hang on,
After
hang
a
on,
few hours of deep sleep,
Stroke ninja.
you are awakened by a shriek. And Onryo approaches you. Okay. If you are a mystic,
I'm a ninja monk.
Oh,
Well, mystic is a keyword.
Mystic,
yeah.
Got,
No,
you
not
have-
mystic.
no. Do you have any spirit? 1+.
Is it spirit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay. You can expel it without problems.
Excellent.
That's a kind of evil spirit, isn't it?
Yeah. And Onryo is the
It's like a
things
ghost.
that we fight in the
Yeah.
exploration
And
phase.
then it's telling me to read
The success,
the success.
which will be later on, I think.
It's actually this one.
Yeah.
The monks give you a statuette to take to the temple of Dosajin.
I've always wanted a statuette.
Place your clan token on it.
Okay, not one of these then.
Keep this card as a reminder. You have this phase to take the statuette to its destination. When you arrive, you read section
This
51.
phase.
The adventure
the
phase.
The adventure phase. Only the bearer of this card can complete this mission.
Where's it got to go?
So you
Where
go
are you going?
to Dosajin. The temple of Dosajin.
There.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
opposite
exactly.
direction.
Exactly.
What a shame.
How are you supposed to get there?
Put one of your tokens on the.
Well, no, I got the phase, not the turn.
The phase, yes. The phase.
The whole phase.
Oh,
five
the
turns.
whole
the whole
phase.
phase,
yeah.
Right, okay.
So
I
one
got
of
my
your... Yeah, and you keep this.
Yep.
And one of... No, that I think goes over here.
That goes
So
there.
you've got that
Yeah.
mission.
Okay.
So one of the things that's been clarified is, and they will update the text on these cards, although it uses the word mission, it's not a mission. So we're going to be evaluated at the end of this phase on how many missions we've completed.
Yes.
Those
Ah.
side quest things do not count as missions. The missions are
Are these...
these ones up here.
the
Yeah,
yellow? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
They've had that clarified.
Right, so that was one action.
City has got...
And you've
food
travelled, so you can't travel
in,
again.
in and
And a market.
Don't know. Don't wish to get to in. Don't wish to get to the market. So I shall spend 2 actions working.
You're going to work twice.
Yep.
So you get another 4 money. There you go.
Hard-working ninja.
I am.
Right. Shall I go next?
Assassinate
If you like.
people as required.
So I'm going to go here, I think,
Mhm.
and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. So 1 action point gets me my normal 4 movement. Then I exert to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dangerous paths.
Passing in the crypt.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Oh,
Nothing bad.
No, you forgot the adjectives. It's the nice, flowery, lovely looking
Big-
when nothing bad happens
It's
crypt.
the crypt of happiness. Passing in front of a cemetery, you see a woman come out in panic. Sound effect.
There you go.
Between babbles, she explains to you that she's seen a spectre coming out of one of the crypts. You decide. A, you think she's exaggerating, or B, you take a look.
I'm gonna take a look. I'm in a brave mood today.
Yeah.
After a long time searching where the woman pointed, you see nothing that captures your eye.
She's making it up.
However,
Uh
when you return, you discover there is no trace of the woman or your horse.
oh. What?
Suckered.
You are delayed and lose a random item.
Oh,
Well, that's probably not too bad.
oh.
So there is a thing in the rulebook about characters who get delayed. I've not read it. So Joel's in the chat. Joel can tell me what that means.
You have lost.
I've lost the Daimyo's emblem.
Oh.
Shocking. So yeah, I'm delayed. Delayed means your turn is over. Thank you very much.
So you don't get to
I
interact.
don't get to interact.
Oh.
Oh dear.
I
Okay,
walk
big
into
boy.
town.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Sitting interacts first thing next turn.
Okay.
Cost you an
Shall I go here?
You could do. I was heading that way, but
Well,
that's
the
fine.
thing is, 1, 2, 3.
You can do 3, yeah.
I can't get any further than that, whereas you
I can do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can go investigate
Yeah.
here. Yep.
There's a bit
okay,
of
that's all
variety
right.
of things that you
1,
could do.
2.
Those two
Don't forget,
Yeah, right.
there's
Yes.
another place up
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
could be there.
Oh, there's one there. Okay.
Question is, do we want to do that, or do we want to plough on and press on and try and find the key? I mean,
We
do
need,
want.
we need karma, don't we? So
We need 8 karma.
I'm
in total
assuming we
between.
get karma by
We need karma. We
completing
want to
some of
head.
these.
Yeah,
that
completing
way.
missions will get us karma.
Okay.
We've only got 5 turns to do it, and this is the second one, isn't it?
This is the second turn. Yeah.
Tempted to go down there, or
Oh,
go.
we can both go there.
Yeah.
We could
or-
both arrive.
I don't know. Finding this relic.
You want me to go and find the relic that you picked up a
Well,
mission
you
for?
insisted on me telling you about it. You wouldn't have known it otherwise.
Go on then. You
Right,
go.
I'm going to
you
go down
yeah.
here. 1, 2, 3. So,
So first action is to move.
which costs me
Event.
an action. Then
Yeah.
there's a road event, which is dangerous.
Dangerous.
Red one. As long as it hasn't got crypts involved.
A trail of dark, wormy slime
Oh,
leads you
dear.
behind some rocks.
Oof.
There you find the rotting body of a fox.
Oh.
It is barely recognisable as the viscous black liquid covers it almost completely.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Horrified, you say a prayer for the animal and set fire to the body. Inari, here is your prayer. You gain 1. Not sure what that symbol
Let's
is.
have a look. Karma.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
That's
So,
nice.
so the
There you go.
unsafe roads are not all bad.
No.
Oh,
So
that's
Inari,
interesting.
presumably, Joel's in the chat. Tell us who Inari is, or anybody who knows about Japanese folklore, culture, things like that.
So, you lost your horse.
Yes. You got swept down a river.
I
I
got
lost
down
my
the river.
horse.
We picked up a car.
It was a grand day out.
That was your first action.
That was my first action. So, my second action is going to be to interact with
Mission number 2.
mission number
At all
2.
costs.
At all cost. Shogun troop movement has been seen in the vicinity of Nagoya. Right, Nagoya is the city just to the east.
East.
Add 6 tree symbol things
Resistance markers.
and 3 Tengu miniatures.
So we're adding 6 points of resistance markers.
And Tengu are these kind of winged demons with horns. Interact with the crossbows on the wall by spending 1 action point.
Which you can.
But, well, I could do, but I'm not there.
No,
you
not there
Not
yet.
there yet.
So you've seen that from afar,
Yeah.
and now we need to get near and.
I saw the flapping of wings and the waving of swords, but I didn't.
Yeah.
You keep that one then.
So there's 6 points of good guys in the city,
And there are 3.
and
Baddies.
three of these baddies.
And there's
So I've got to. We've got to. Somebody's got to go to Nagoya and start beating off these baddies.
You decided to trip down there. And...
I think you need to put your token in there, don't you?
No, because we're here.
Well,
So this is
only he knows about.
No. This is a group mission. If there's miniatures on the board, anybody can do it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
So it needs a knowledge check. So you need to go there,
Mhm.
do a knowledge check. If you succeed, you remove one of those nasties. If you don't succeed, you get punched in the face and take some damage.
Yep.
And at the beginning of each round, each one of those removes
it's going to
one
remove
of
one
those.
of those. And if they all go, something bad
fingers.
happens.
Yes.
Now, I mentioned at the start of this video that what you're seeing here is a prototype. However, I believe these miniatures, if it is going to focus, please focus. These are final. I think these are final production quality. There you go. It's finally focused. They're extremely detailed, really, really good miniatures. Yeah, they are the final PVC production. So, yeah, anybody who paints miniatures, which I do, is going to have a field day with those. Right. Any actions left? You do. You've got one action left, but you've already travelled.
And you're not in a city.
No, so the only thing that you can do with spare actions when you're not in the city is set up camp and you heal 1 health. But you're not wounded, so
It's wasted.
it's wasted. Yep. Right, who's yet to go? Akira.
Me. Yep, Akira. And it's 1, 2, 3 to go here. I think I'll do that.
1, 2, 3, 4. You could exert and get there.
What I could do.
But then you wouldn't be able to do anything when you got there, would you? Because you've exerted. Oh, no, you
You'd
would.
have had to exert twice to get there.
Do I?
I
1,
thought it was
2,
speed 4.
3, 4. I've got speed 4, so I can exert
You can
to
do
get.
that
I
and
can
you
exert.
can
Oh,
to
you
get
have. You got the cape.
Yeah.
We should probably do that.
I should do that because I've got a big sword.
Yeah, but you're not using your sword. You're using the crossbows.
It's the knowledge. It's a
It's
knowledge
a
check.
knowledge
It's
check.
not,
you do have 1 point to
I
knowledge.
do have 1 point of knowledge. Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to move.
Have you got leader as an ability?
No, I don't think
No,
that.
survivor.
We're just talking about these abilities, so I'll just show you my player board. The skills that you take, some of them, not all of them, have these keywords on the bottom. I'm not quite sure what they're called, but you can see that I'm a mystic, I'm a leader, and impassable. If I'd have chosen that skill, I wouldn't have had that particular one. And these keywords will trigger off certain abilities. So this one, for example, this particular knowledge check says that if you're a leader, you get an extra 1 success.
So you're a leader. I'm a leader.
Yeah,
Are you a leader?
I'm a survivor.
as a survivor.
Okay.
They did a song about that, I think.
Anyway, at this
Okay,
point,
so,
there is a road event
Oh, yes.
to be done.
Yes.
Are you're
Well,
going to Nagoya or not?
well, I'm now that I found out that it's not using my
I was
sword.
thinking about it.
Yeah, if I can't use my katana, I'm not sure that I want to go down there. So I'm going to
It's
go.
so fussy.
Well, you could
Let
go
the peasants
there.
die.
No, I'm going up here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to visit.
You'll get swept away
Okay,
It's not a city.
it's not a city.
with an army.
It's a shrine. It's a sanctuary.
1, 2, 3, 4. I can get here. I'm going to go to Hikoni.
Okay, so I'm reading
so
a red
that's
travel event.
Red travel event.
Missing. You approach the shore to let your horse drink. A shogun man is sleeping under a shade tree. You press the edge of your weapon to his throat. He opens his eyes and you feel his terror. Do you want to eliminate him or spare him despite all the crimes he must have committed?
Oh, I'm going to spare him. I'm going to spare him. Come on.
You throw all his belongings into the river, but you let him go. You get 10 money. But,
Oops.
and this is
Sounds
where
like- sounds like all the bodies.
this is where the marks come in. So on this sheet we need to grab the pen and we need to mark debt.
Debt.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, and that presumably will come up at some point later on
Okay.
in the story. Maybe. Again, if you're playing this game as a campaign over 15 chapters, something that you do in chapter 1
Might affect.
might affect something that happens,
Okay.
many chapters later.
Okay. So
One action.
one action. Second action point. I'm going to interact
So
with
you're going to do the thing.
Hikoni. I'm going to do look in Hikoni.
Which means we need to explain how checks work. So checks in this game are rolling a d6, which is a fancy dice with shurikens on, and adding a certain number of attributes. Now, you've got 1 knowledge, so you basically roll a d6 and add 1. This particular card says if you're leader, you add another one, and we're trying to get a target number, and the target number is 4, I believe.
Hikoni.
No, this is just you read some text. Interact at Hikoni.
Oh, sorry. I thought you'd gone here.
No, I'm
Ignore everything I just said.
So read text section 18.
Section 18. If this is the third area that you visited, no. Following the directions of Kukutu the blacksmith, you have reached the surroundings of what must have once been a garden in honour of Abisu, Kami of Luck. For a moment, you think you have arrived late because you see a lot of movement around an altar dedicated to the Kami. However, you are reassured to recognise that it is a group of monks from the mountain clan praying in front of a statue of Sujin. You wait for them to finish their prayers and leave before you start looking for the bracelet, which presumably is the relic that we're trying to find.
Right, yep.
Sure enough, the omamori hangs from the neck of the statue in honour of Abisu, an artifact of such power in full view of everyone.
So he's going to nick it.
So you then
I'm just going to walk up to it.
so you then take it. So you gain
I get my katana and I just nick it underneath the...
you gain 30 money.
Wow!
You gain
Oh, yes.
2 karma.
Oh, yes.
In fact, if you just flip over your 1 karma token to the 3 karma side,
I've got 3.
there you go. We decrease the Shogun's influence by 1.
Oh, that's good.
That's nice.
And you take the Abisu's Omamori special item, which is one of the cards which we were told to take out
Thank you.
at the start.
This is Omamori.
Yeah.
Repair my... I can repair my armor
one around.
once per round.
Yeah, can I just grab that? Because I just want to show something about these items. So these items, you'll look at them. Some of them have this. This is a knowledge requirement. So knowledge is one of the 4 attributes in the game. It's this one. And a lot of the items require knowledge to be able to use them. You can still carry the card, but you can't use it unless your knowledge is
I'm super knowledgeable. I've got 1 knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm guessing these tokens now go away.
I assume that those tokens go away
So
because
that mission completed, isn't
that
it?
mission is complete.
Is it
Yeah.
complete?
Yes,
Still go-
because you have found the bracelet.
Yeah, you went to the right
And,
place.
and I got karma.
Again, it doesn't say that in here, but they're still working on the text to make it right. Joel will tell us if we're doing it wrong, but I think
So
that mission
can
is
we
complete.
Put that in
So
a pile
we can
somewhere.
get rid of that, and you take the token for this mission, number 5,
Number 5.
which was here,
Which was over
and
there.
we turn it to its other side, which has got the tick on it to show that that mission is complete.
Right. That was that. And my last action point, I'm going to interact at the city, and I'm going to work for 2 of these.
You don't want to go to the market since you've now got
Oh, I've got lots of money.
You've got loads of
yeah,
money.
yeah, of course I have now. Right, so it's 3.
3 items.
Okay, do you want me to? I'll put them here.
That's okay. We've seen what they
Oh,
are.
you've seen that? Okay,
Yeah.
right. Well, that's easier for me to hold them then.
Now, a lot of these items we're not going to use very much in the adventure phase.
Repair.
But when you see the second video, which we'll do in a couple of
Removal
weeks when we play the
negative states.
exploration phase,
Oh yeah.
Isn't he at the limit of what you can hold anyway?
yeah, you've got a maximum of 5 items.
But these are not included.
Those are not included. Your weapons and armor are not included.
Okay.
Okay. So I can add 1 to my knowledge rolls. I can remove all negative states. That sounds good. But then
That's
I'll,
good for when you get in combat.
yeah, I think I'm going to pay 15,
Bargain.
and I'm going to get honor Begosha's ring.
Can you buy more than one thing?
Yes.
You can buy as many as you can.
Because
Can you?
you've
Yeah.
got 35 money left. haven't
I
you?
got
Just
lots
going
of
to
money.
borrow your items because I want to show people here. There's 2 types of items in the game. As you can see here, we got the ones with the red bottom, which say permanent, and these that say consumable. As you might expect, permanent ones are permanent. You can't have any more than 3 of these. 3 is the maximum number of permanent items. You can have 5 items in total. Consumables, as you might expect, they're 1 use only. So this one, for example, regains 2 health when you drink it, and then the card is discarded. So yeah, two types of items.
Okay, let's go back in the deck.
You couldn't afford another one.
I don't want them, thank you.
No.
I'm saving up for a new market.
So you can throw them on
I'm
the floor when you
going
go.
to a different market next time. I'm going to get an even bigger sword.
Oh, you're only saying Inari is a kami linked to animal spirits, usually described as a fox-tailed woman. There you go.
Is this soloable, this thing? Is it 1 to 4?
So you always play 4 characters.
Right.
The game is designed for 4 characters. You can play it solo, but you would have to play all of the characters.
Okay.
Nice challenge.
Right. We all done?
Yeah.
And we've all finished.
Second turn.
End of the round.
Second round. Copy.
So we move to round 3.
So
Shogun's
round
influence goes to 5.
1, 2.
We get a new Shogun card.
Augurious evil. The influence of the Shogun causes a strange effect on the heroes. It affects their luck and abilities. Still in the green section.
Yep.
-1 to the first roll of all characters
So this round,
this round.
the first time we have to make a roll, each of us gets -1 to that roll.
Right.
Not good for those of you going
No.
and shooting crossbows.
No.
Which is really not good for the peasants.
Which is, yeah. Speaking of the peasants,
We have to
speaking of
start
peasants,
All 5 I can get there.
at the beginning of the start of each round. We do this now.
we need to do that now. There's 3 of these
But I've got
enemies, which means 3 of those have gone. And what
So
happens when they all go?
They got eaten.
Bad.
It's something bad happens.
Bad happens.
Yeah.
Shall I go there and use my knowledge?
Yeah, and I will go there too because I've got knowledge bonus
Okay.
here. I've just bought
Oh,
it.
right, you've got a thing.
I just
Can you
bought a
reach?
knowledge bonus. I can do
1, 2,
5, yeah. I
three.
can
Oh, yeah.
exert.
So if I shall I go
Oh,
first?
we all get,
So
we
we get
all,
our
we all get our
actions.
action points.
Okay, so I use 1 for movement. I'll travel there on bad road. Is it bad roads or good roads?
That's good roads.
Good road.
Good roads. So can I have a green one, please?
A huge log is blocking the road, and a merchant needs help to get his caravan through. You help him. You gain 1 random consumable item from the market. Nice.
Okay, just
Nice.
so you didn't have a choice. You just help him.
That's
'cause-
pretty good then.
I'm a samurai. I have to help people. I could have just randomly killed him. Consumable. Okay. Akanami's breath.
It's after a chili.
Okay, so yes. That's the cheapest one in the deck.
Is it? Okay.
Well,
Well, actually,
Okay.
at 5.
It's only 5, but it's good in the dungeoneering stage.
Right,
What's
okay.
it called? The
Exploration
phase. Okay, so that's 1 action point.
Was to move.
Second action point. Now we can only fight once, can't we?
You can only.
this is not fighting.
No, this is not fighting. The only thing you can only do once in this phase is travel.
Oh, so
Everything else is multiple times.
I can do multiple
Interactions.
Multiple
interactions
interactions.
with Nagoya.
Yep.
So now I'm on a -1, but I've got leadership. I'm a leader.
-1 for the first roll
Oh,
because of this.
Yes.
okay, just for the first roll. So -1 because +1 because I'm a leader, +1 because I've got knowledge.
Yep.
So +2,
-1.
-1.
So your
net
first
+1.
roll is a
Yeah, +1.
+1.
I'm looking for 4, so I need to roll a 3 or better. That's
Yep.
right, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And
So-
I roll a 2, so I fail. If I fail, I receive 6 hit. Ouch.
Ooh, 6 hits, not damage. So there's 2 ways that you can get damaged in this game. There's hits and there's damage. Damage will go straight to your health,
Oh.
whereas hits is reduced by armor.
I've got armor.
You're wearing your Daimo's armor, which has got 4 armor, so it's 6 hits minus the 4 armor. You only take 2 wounds.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Yeah. Whereas if it was damage, it would be straight 6.
I've got on a bottle of sake that I can
Yeah.
look see to the right. So that was
second
my
one.
second. So I'll have another go.
You don't have the bad luck now.
Right. So I'm on +2.
You need a 2. 3.
3.
So what happens is one of these, which I would have taken 5 hours to paint, is just removed from the board. That's always the thing. I spend so many hours painting figures, and in a lot of these games, it's like I roll a dice, gone.
Gone.
And you're like,
Okay. Okay. That sounds good. But I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to jump in. I'm going to move, and I'm going to exert myself. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
+1. Yeah.
Exert to
for an extra 1,
Unsafe road.
right? Travel event.
road.
So because you did a mix of safe and
okay.
unsafe,
Yeah,
it's
Did
unsafe.
he have to? Yeah, you think he did.
I think you did
I did. I was here.
because you had to go cross country,
So-
didn't you?
Oh, I could go. No, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I think you were miscounting.
I'm here.
2, 3.
1,
Four.
2, 3, 4,
5, 6.
5, 6. Okay, but I
Yeah.
came this way. I went 1,
Yeah. Take a
So it's on
shortcut.
2. Yeah.
Shortcut. Right. In.
In.
Your moment of rest on the trip is disturbed by a fight in front of you. It's a tavern brawl. You decide to intervene.
You haven't got time for that.
You have to make a combat check of 4. Now,
Combat.
I'm glad we've got this because we get to explain how combat works. Let me just show you my board. So what we have here, let me zoom in a little bit. This is the weapon that I'm carrying. Okay. And you'll notice on it, this is the range, which is used in the exploration phase. And we have two types of attack. We have a quick attack and we have a strong attack. Now, in the adventure phase, which is where we are now, we're only using the strong attack. When we play the exploration phase, you can choose which you do. This one will cost you 1 action point. This one will cost you 2 action points. It's not focusing, is it?
You got it there. Yep, that's.
Oh, ahead, because you defeated somebody. Did
Yeah.
you defeat somebody?
Thanks, Joel.
What did you defeat?
I defeated,
Oh, you defeated one of those, yeah.
Goya.
So weapons are just like a test, like we've seen earlier, where you need to get a certain amount. But these are the dice that you're rolling. So if I was to do an attack with this weapon, I'd be rolling an orange, a green, and a red dice. Now the dice in this game are custom dice. We have green ones, orange ones, red ones. No, what's the order? That's it. Green, orange, purple, red. They've got different sides on, depending on what you roll. And you've got to do a combat test, and you need to get 4. Now, your weapon...
So can I use... I can use this.
Yeah, you can use that.
Right.
Which is 2 green and a red. But every time you do a combat test, you get to add your power. Now, Akira, we've tooled Akira out to be a very, very strong fighter. You've got a power of 2. So you're rolling these dice,
Yep.
and you're adding 2. Okay? I'm just going to zoom in on this part of the board here. If you just want to put the dice here. So you'll see that what we've got is we've got nice dragons, and we're counting the number of lines. So that's the characters. So that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. Now there's 2 different colours. There's black and the white. That doesn't make any difference to this phase, but it will matter in the exploration phase. So right now it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the 2 for your power.
Yep.
So you've rolled 7.
Minus the 1.
Minus the 1, because it's the first roll that you've made. Okay. So you've succeeded. It doesn't cost you to stop the fight. The innkeeper gives you lodgings. You recover all of your health. So,
Oh, nice. So I'm back to 15.
were you wounded? How
Yeah,
much you
I
wounded?
took 2 damage.
Take 2 damage earlier.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Oh, there you go then.
Helping somebody
So
by not killing him.
You broke up a fight.
Hit me.
And that was your -1.
And that was,
That
my
was your
minus
-1
So
done.
now I can do a fully fledged knowledge roll,
Yeah.
which is here.
Yeah.
And I've got a +1 to knowledge rolls, and I've got 1 knowledge.
Ooh,
so I've
so
actually
that's
got
plus
So
2.
you're adding 2.
So you need to roll a 1 or a 2. No, so you need to roll 2 or more.
2
Yeah.
or more.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's another one of those gone.
Squawk.
And
Oh,
I'll
the
take,
peasants will survive.
I'll take a trophy.
Probably.
Nice. And you get ahead.
Get ahead.
Thank you.
So every time you defeat an enemy in this game, you take a head.
Do I get a head?
Heads can be traded in for 10 coins. I think whenever you go to a marketplace.
Okay.
I don't think anybody can compete with Paul's character when it comes to getting a hat.
No. Absolutely.
It's got a basket.
Right.
Right.
Who's yet to have it? That was just you two,
Oh, it's
wasn't
just
it?
us two. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've done our bit.
So shall I go next and
Yeah, go
interact
ahead.
with this?
Go ahead.
So my first action is going to be to interact with token number 3, which is infiltration. The Shogun's troops have trapped Ibuki, leader of the resistance, and we need to rescue him. So we've got to infiltrate the Shogun's camp. If you are a survivor or explorer,
I'm a survivor.
nope. Otherwise, I need to make a knowledge check of 3 to find a safe passage to the camp.
Mm.
So my knowledge is 1, and this is my first roll.
Which is 1 + 1 equals
So I would have
2.
succeeded if it weren't
It
for...
wasn't for the
Those
glorious
pesky
eagle.
kids.
So I failed.
Yeah.
You have not found a way to enter. Read section 31. Section 31 says, you are unable to break through the stationed patrols of the Shogun, so the region remains impregnable. Increase the Shogun's influence by 1.
Goes up through the barrier
Going
to
to
yellow.
yellow.
And I think that means the mission has failed. I think. Again, Joel will confirm this, but I'm guessing we don't get another chance, or do we? It doesn't say on here. There is the thumbs down, which I think is mission fail. So I think that mission has failed.
Mission has failed, yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Remove the token.
Right.
Sad times.
Sad.
Oh,
So my
Go on.
second action is to cry into my pillow.
That's not how you get karma.
Then my third action is to... No, my second action is to travel. I have a base movement of 4. Shall I go up here?
Yeah.
May as well.
Closer,
So
isn't
I'll
it?
go here and I'll interact with
You
that.
could go on
Oh, I
the
could go on
safe
safe
I've got
paths.
enough actions, have you?
I have 3 interacted,
You were already,
you were already
you were
there.
already
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we're already
Interact,
there.
move,
so I
interact.
travel,
Okay, you're fine, yeah.
but I've travelled along safe paths.
No crypts this time, I'm afraid. The healer. You meet a healer on his way to the nearest town.
But I'm a healer.
He asked you to escort him. Do you accept?
Sure. Is he going to steal my other horse?
Really? You decide to accompany him. Lose 1 action and keep this card. Discard it when you reach the next city to gain a random consumable item.
Well, okay.
But it does cost you an action point.
Yeah,
I should tell
which
you.
is fine.
but I have now reached the next
Yeah.
city,
Okay,
Did you-
so you
And you use
Do
your
it.
last action anyway.
so I
to
can't
get there.
interact with
You
that.
can't interact. Yeah.
but you get a free random
But I
thing.
get
get
a
a free
free
random
random consumable item.
Make it an expensive one.
Yeah. I think
Right.
I'm 35.
Sarky.
It's a hammer that repairs armour.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
That's more
It's all right.
expensive than my bottle of whatever.
Because your armour can get damaged in this game, and then you have to use tools
Repair
to
it.
repair it, which is very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Right, that's me done because I'm losing actions all over the place.
Me then. I will move to Ize along a safe road.
Safe road. Green side.
Go inside. Kitsune. You stop to rest by a stream of crystalline waters. Among the trees, you see a woman spying on you.
Has she got a horse?
Before you can react, she turns into an 8-tailed fox.
As they do.
Ah,
She is a kitsune, protector of the forest.
Not any old kitsune, she's got 8 tails.
She's
Yeah.
an 8-tailed kitsune. If you have knowledge, 1 or more,
You do. No, it's not.
Arthur. Arthur
Oh, it's
knows
Arthur.
nothing.
Nothing.
oh dear.
2 planks Arthur, they call it.
I know nothing.
Okay. Okay, you regain 2 health.
I think I'm on injured.
Okay.
You're uninjured.
Well-
You're okay.
Worst things happen, see.
Where were we? Oh, yeah, so I've travelled. Right, so I arrive at. So I'll interact with the mission.
Yeah, so mission 8.
The missive. Meet the daimyo of the Firefly clan at Ize Castle. Interact at Ize. Book 9. Well, section 9.
Section 9.
Mhm.
So this is the one who's refusing to join the resistance, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
If you are Tomoe, no.
No.
If you are Akira,
No.
no. If you are Hikaru or Hattori,
I am.
read 12. It's up to you. You can decide if to deliver the letter to the daimyo with the Sakura clan's conditions, or destroy the letter and try to convince the daimyo with your own words.
Because I'm that influential.
Do it in rap.
Sorry?
do it in
You
rap.
have to wrap it.
Go on, I'll try and use my own words.
You're going to destroy the letter
Mm.
and going to do it in your own words.
It's gotta be, surely.
When you are received by the daimyo, you see a pleasant person before your eyes. However, when you inform him that you bring some words from the leader of the Sakura clan, his face darkens. You know there is no honour in what you are about to do, but you cannot risk delivering the letter from the daimyo of the Sakura clan under such conditions.
That's level.
The wound is still open, and a letter with demands would only aggravate the conflict between the 2 clans and would only benefit the shogun. So you try to convince him with arguments for the good of Japan. After your long intervention, your daimyo's face has calmed down and he begins to say, "We accept." Automatically, your whole body relaxes. You are right. It is time to bury our respective prides and look out for the good of Japan.
And that is how you do diplomacy.
We are aware of this mobilization of troops from the shogun, and I have already sent my men to prepare for days. I will place them under the command of the Sakura clan. I hope that this alliance will serve to smooth out the differences between us. You lose 1 karma for doing that. Not quite sure why, but it's lose 1
Well,
karma.
because I did
That
this
one,
on
that
the
one, yeah.
But we mark, we've got the pen, future consequence.
Bottom left.
bottom there.
Thank you.
This mark would have an impact on the story in the future, and Firefly Clan. And then that mission is complete.
So I gain the token.
Yep.
Is completed. This
Those can go.
away.
So well done, Arthur.
That
Yeah,
was
well
a
done.
second action.
Was
Can't
was
travel
the
again.
same- was that the same one?
No, that's a different.
No, that's a different one. That's your
Oh,
That's
personal
another that's a
card.
side
isn't it?
quest I've got. Right, so there's another thing. There's a port.
Mhm.
There's a
Port.
potion.
Or you could plough on down
No, I
to.
can't, so move.
There is a blacksmith.
Now, the rules for ports have been changing a little bit, and I don't quite know where the rules for ports have ended up. Joel will tell us what we want to do, but in the old rules that I had a couple of weeks ago, using a port was an action that you could do. It cost you 10 coins, and you would move
That's separate from moving.
to another port. Now,
Yes.
yes,
So keep
whether
it-
that's been kept or not,
Yeah.
because normally, if you want to move, you can move, but it costs you 3 movement points.
But there are ports over there, right?
Yeah, so these ports will only move within this body of water.
Oh.
Those ports will only move on that
okay,
position.
But if you can do that in addition to moving, you could pay 10, go in there, kill that last.
Not got an action.
Well, no, he hasn't got an action left. Oh, no, you
You've
don't.
got 2.
No, one of. I guess I interacted with the.
Oh, you travelled and interacted.
Yeah, yeah.
So, again, Joel will let us know if that's an option. So the only way of travelling right now is the 3 movement points and 10 gold. Okay, right. That's very well. So, yeah. Some rules like that are still being finely tweaked.
So I can't use the port.
So you can't use the port. No.
Well, I could use it next turn as my travel.
As your, yeah. And it would be 3 movement points and you'd go from there to
Yeah,
there.
I'm not sure.
Surely we should be able to deal with this.
I would expect so. Such valiant warriors like yourself.
Have you moved yet?
I moved to get here.
Yes.
Yeah, you travel together.
So
Yeah.
you can't move.
So I
again.
think I guess I'm just working probably.
You
Then.
can work.
Work.
I'm
Another,
poor.
another cow shed with another shovel.
Right, are we all done?
So I'm glad we're doing so well delivering karma to.
Oh, we're doing really well at this.
Emma Watcher.
So our primary objective is to deliver 3
Oh,
karma.
I've got 3 karma.
You've got
so
3
I
karma.
can-
Sorry, 8.
2.
Arthur's got
How
9.
much have we got between us?
If
6.
if we do this, we're going to get some more.
And then we should get
And
down
then
there.
leg it down to here.
We
Yeah.
might just do it.
Yeah, you
I'm guessing you're going to get one more, but anyway.
Next round,
2 more.
I believe.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm done. So
Yeah.
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 Okay, so we move to round 4.
Okay, so we're in round 4.
Shogun's influence
Shogun
goes up
now
by
goes
2.
up by 2, so it triggers something.
Oh,
here.
see, I don't know what this does because I've not had this before.
Oh dear.
So if the Shogun's influence reaches 7, we read section 44. Section 44 says, against all odds, the resistance suffers a severe blow. For the island of Waji, they have discovered the existence of an imposing fortress erected by the Shogun. The stronghold seems impregnable and, moreover, exerts a tight control of the island, which now no ship can reach without authorization. Place the miniature of the Oni on the island. I don't know what that is, but I'll look for it in a minute. Place a besieged city token on Awaji. Remember that the port cannot be used. If any character was on the island, they move to Osaka and lose 3 health. Move the influence trigger token to 10 on the influence track.
Cool.
So this goes to 10, does it?
Yeah.
That goes to 10, so something else will happen when it gets to 10.
Which I'm guessing is going to be bad.
It's gonna
which
be
is
bad.
gonna be
It's
worse.
even worse.
So I think this is a besieged city token on there and an Oni miniature. But I don't know what does that actually do? Does it have any effect on us?
Don't they move on? Get moved?
Oh, is it it's an enemy then?
I presume.
Oni.
Right. Yeah. Joel might have to tell us what an Oni miniature is.
It's a.
Is it-
ogre
is
like
there
thing,
a-
isn't it? I think an Oni is an ogre.
Take the big guy miniature and place it on the island. Oh, the big one. Oh,
Really,
right.
really big
the
one.
really big
Oh,
one.
gracious me.
Look at that.
What?
Oh, is that the boss? I think that's the boss that we would fight at the end. Yeah, I'll put it here. So yeah, speaking of good miniatures, this is the big guy. You can see. Is it going to focus? Let me know when it focuses.
No.
There you go.
That's got it.
Yeah,
Look
so
at that.
yeah, it's a big miniature and it's really good, really detailed. Anyway, so that is
Where's the
It's
besieged
obliterated-
city? He's
obliterated
good on
face.
it.
he stays there frightening all of us. Now, because we weren't planning to go down there, it's probably not got that much of an effect on us.
Might be
Place the
something-
miniature of the
might
Oni
be
on the
something to do
island.
with the
Besiege
explore phase.
city token. Move the influence trigger token.
Yeah,
so
but
when you get to
this
10,
might cause something
It's much
else.
something else.
Yeah.
well, I'm glad it came out because I figured this was
That's
going to sit in the
pretty good.
box until next
Wow.
time. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
there you go.
pretty scary. Right.
So that
so
was
so there's no. Oh, there are enemies on the board. So something happens here.
yes.
They
So
eat-
there's
they
one
eat
left.
They eat another peasant.
Nom nom nom.
Okay.
Right. And then we
Twice.
need a card. But this time we're in the orange or the
Without
yellow section.
without a trace. No, we're still here. Oh no, he's in the yellow. Sorry, without a trace. The energy of the Shogun that dwells within his followers consumes them completely upon death, leaving no trace. When an enemy dies, each head explodes, causing 1 damage to the characters in that location.
Okay. And that's true damage.
True damage.
Bypasses armor. So whenever we kill an enemy,
Oh, that's good because I'm about to do it.
we don't get the head. It probably should say we don't get the head. In fact, the head
and we-
explodes and
And we both get a hit.
yeah.
You've just got like a load of bits to take
Yeah.
to the market. Sorry.
What kind of wimps are you? Get on with it.
Go on, I'm on it.
with it.
It had an accident.
I've got my actions.
So you're going to go first.
I'm raring to go. I've got +1 on my knowledge rolls.
You've got +1 knowledge. I've got +1 knowledge. So
Oh, have you?
I don't
Okay.
mind if you want to, because I've got
Oh, you
lead.
get 3
Whichever
actions.
you is the fastest.
You got
lose.
leader. You should do
Do
it.
second.
Yeah, you do. If you got leader, you
Well,
roll.
you're both the same. You're
Because
both
you've
plus
got
2.
you've got the ring.
I've only got
plus
1
one.
knowledge. I've got 1 knowledge and
Yeah, so
one
you got
hit, so I've
plus two.
Why don't you give the ring to Pete so that Pete gets +3?
I can share that, can't I? Because we're at the same
Okay,
location.
the same location.
Yeah.
It's a free action.
Yeah,
It doesn't cost you
it
anything.
didn't come free though. 25 coins, sir.
Thank you.
You know it. You.
Yeah, just know it.
That's mine now, precious.
In fact, there's a bit of a gamesmanship you could play there because you could trade it.
I think you can lend it to Pete. Pete can take his turn and then
Lend
just
it
trade
back.
it back to you. I think.
Come on, Pete, do your thing.
Right, so I'm on +3. Which
Plus
means,
3.
I
So you
can't-
succeed.
I can't fail.
Yeah.
That's the way
So
to do
that
that.
is
And Joel has confirmed, yes, we can do this.
take another.
And bang, the
Nice.
head blows up in my face.
You both take a
Nice.
damage.
Both of us.
Yeah. All characters at location.
Can I throw it in the lake quickly?
And the peasants are really grateful, are they?
So,
Or do they
You
die
have to
too?
read the
Oh yeah,
card.
yeah,
do
yeah,
we
yeah,
read?
yeah.
Here
Oh
we go.
yes,
There was a reason you were doing this, right?
there definitely was. Right, so
Inclusion.
big thumbs up. Yay. Read section 3.
section 3.
So there must be a mission token somewhere you can take for that.
It was this one.
Yeah.
Right.
Tick.
Your feat will be remembered by the people of Nagoya for generations to come. Gain
My feet.
And his hands?
gain 30 coins, which you may want to share with the other players who helped.
Yeah. May. You said
May.
May.
May. Gain 2 karma.
Yes.
Flip over one of those to a
Oh,
3.
look at that.
Reduce the Shogun's influence by 1.
Aha.
Nice.
Shogun.
And that is a completed mission.
That stops that triggering. Yeah.
For a turn.
Now,
nice.
there is something in the rules, and I didn't explain this earlier, but if the Shogun's level were to have decreased into green,
Mhm.
then that effect happens immediately,
Oh, okay.
which means different people can have different
Oh,
effects from this on their
all right,
turn.
okay.
But as it is, it hasn't. It's still
Yeah.
in the yellow section.
Okay,
So heads are still exploding.
nice.
Do you want your ring
Was
back?
that one? Was that one? No, thanks.
You sure?
Well, he's just got loads of money.
Yeah, he's going to give it to me.
Is he?
Did you not use an action point for that?
You had to use an
Just-
action.
Yeah, oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, good.
So, where shall I go? Head that way to start delivering because we've only got
Karma.
until next turn.
We've only got
haven't we?
to. Yeah.
One,
This
two,
turn and next.
3. 1, 2, 3. So I can get there next turn. So I shall go 1, 2, 3, and I can set up a camp and I can heal.
You can heal 1.
Yeah, I'll do that. Get my point back. And that's the end of my go. That was travel. Oh, traveling. No. I need a
Yeah.
card.
Travel event, but it's green because you travel along
So
Imperial
I haven't
paths.
healed yet.
Not yet.
As you advance, you come across a group of wagons with large cages full of prisoners.
Do they have horses? Is there a woman?
They are rebels captured after confronting the tyranny of the shogun.
Oh, of
Therefore, you do not hesitate for a moment
course I don't.
and try to free them. Perform
Yes.
a test of power, is it?
Yes.
The fifth is power.
Power.
What's the brackets 3 mean?
Just
Oh,
means
he's a
3.
So,
Yeah.
so I need to roll a 2 or better.
2 or better.
Come on, I can't possibly fail this.
You've just
It is a cooperative game. Absolutely, fully cooperative.
Yeah,
There
it's
you
like,
go.
like a 6.
You've got a 7.
Thanks to your combat skills, you get rid of all the sentries protecting the caravan. For
Ah.
freeing the captives, you gain, I presume that's 2 karma.
Oh,
Two
Nice.
the Toril Gates.
I'm winning this game on my own.
gate symbols. Yes.
You've not got there yet. You've got to not get killed
You
before
got
you get
6 karma.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nearly enough to.
there. Right.
You've
Yeah,
got-
between the two of you.
I'm going to go and
between-
steal. I'm going to go and steal his thunder in a minute.
Yeah, I think you should head off.
And then you use your last action
Yeah.
to heal it.
You didn't give me a ring back. You didn't pay me for
So
it.
yeah, just as a reminder, one of the actions you can do, if you're in a city, you can work and get 2 coins. If you're not in a city, you set up camp and you heal 1 health.
Okay. Now then, so port rules the game.
Yeah,
So
10 coins.
10 coins. Got
And it's
the money.
3 movement points.
It uses 3 minutes.
Oh, it
uses
uses
three
3
movement
It
points.
uses 3.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's too much. I was just wondering if it was quicker to get this way.
You could get to there with that.
How many
So,
missions have
one-
we done? Because we know that
I've
the more
succeeded.
missions.
I've succeeded in one.
I've succeeded in 1.
Yeah, so I've done nothing, just so you all know.
1, 2, 3, and then we're about to do another one, so that'll be 4.
I mean, the game's almost over, and we've not even started one.
Well, you've got a nice hat.
I
Oh,
have
I
an
could come
iPad.
down. I could
Well, that's
work
what I'm
my way down
saying.
here.
As long
So
as you can get to here on the following turn.
Well, this is the last one, though, isn't it? No,
Well,
There's
there's
one more after
three,
this. I'm not
four.
sure you will.
I can get if I'm there. I can get to there.
Can you?
okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Hmm.
Or 1, 2, 3, and then hop over the field. No, I can do it that way. So this would be 1. That's 1 to there, and then another 1 to get there. That's 2.
But why are you going there?
I was just working out how I can get here.
With the
By
kit.
the boat. The boat. So 1 action, right? 3 movement points.
Takes you
I'm on
from
a
one
port. Oh, a
port
bigger port.
to another
Sorry, I
port.
was looking at this as the port.
No, that's
I'm
the
on the
sanctuary.
I'm on the port. Okay.
So that's 3 movement points, and then 1 more to exert yourself. No, you don't.
No, I get 4.
So the
I
place,
get, so I'm going to
the
move.
place
So I
might
was
be
looking at this as the
unpronounceable
port.
That
and coming
costs you
down
10.
that's cost 10 money, though.
That's okay.
He got lost on his way to the boat.
Yeah.
He's a bit poor.
Pay the ferryman. 10. Okay, so it's 3 to
That's
get
3
to there,
movement points.
and 4 to go there, which
Yep.
is I can do
There's
that.
still 2 actions.
He staggers in,
I've
dripping
got-
with water with fish in this.
Interaction. I've got interaction for number 6.
Number 6.
Okay.
Mission on top, right, bottom is. Oh, I think that's the one we do. Joel's saying it's a good story. So
Yeah. Okay. This is Bakakujira.
yeah.
Bakakujira.
This
Yep.
one's gone, I think.
A terrible monster is besieging the eastern shores. Oh, this is good.
Is it that big fish?
Oh, maybe it is quite hot. Yeah. Travel to the marked point to hunt the Bakakujira. Bakakujira, probably. So there's a point here on the map.
Travel to the
You
marked point.
won't have time
Wow.
because your next turn's committed to going to Amit's.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Where's
where's
that
that?
marked point?
Where's this marked point? So there's a map,
Let's have a
and
look.
it looks like it's at the bottom of a point,
Good question.
like here, maybe. Well, it could be here. It could be.
What are we missing? We've not seen this card before, so this is new to us. And again, don't forget all of these cards haven't had a full edit yet. So if there's anything that's not clear on the cards, like this,
It's on the setup.
is it on the setup? Okay, right. So on the setup, there is a marked point, which I hadn't realised. I don't know where.
Zoom in. It's probably near that bay.
Influence marker on there. Draw that. Stock of tokens.
Consequence 21, Joel say.
Consequence 21.
This.
Oh, so
I
we just read that now.
that point. Oh,
Oh, right,
That's
yeah, we haven't-
my bad. Okay, sorry.
It does say read
It
section
says
21.
21 on the card, yeah.
Okay, section 21 says when you arrive at the Amatsukibayoshi Shrine,
Well done.
you are greeted by a strange monk who addresses you in this way. It was written that you would come, he says, while he indicates you to follow him. You accompany the monk through the corridors of the temple until you reach a room with several paintings. Baki Kurija, he begins to say, pointing to a painting where a marine animal appears devouring a large boat. It is a ghostly whale that is ravaging our shores. It is that.
Who's this?
It's a whale.
This temple was built centuries ago by a brave warrior monk who dedicated his life to fight against such a terrible yokai until he was finally able to kill it. In the following image, we can see how a warrior fights with his spear against the ghost whale in the middle of the immense ocean. The warrior, the monk adds, defeated it thanks to the spiritual spear he thrust into its skull. I don't know what dark magic has brought her back to the world of the living, but she has already sunk several ships. I will accompany you to finish her off once and for all. Place a clan token where indicated in the image, which is there.
A clan
A
token.
clan token. You can
My
spend
clan.
1 action point to travel from Amatsumi Kobayashi temple at no coin cost and reach the location. When you reach the location, check the mission card,
That's here.
which is 22.
22. Okay,
So it would be cool, but we kind of need you to come here.
Ah, do you really?
Yeah. Well, unless me or Arthur can get the
I've
card by
got
then.
0 karma.
Yeah, I've got 1.
Okay, I'll do that.
And
I'll do that. So I will use my holy one for my last action. My last action point.
That's a passive ability. So passive abilities don't require actions to use.
Okay.
So whenever you interact with a shrine,
which I'm at.
well, no, you're not interacting with the shrine.
Okay.
You're interacting with the mission token. So
Right.
interacting with shrines is not something we've covered,
Okay.
but it's basically a way that you can spend karma to introduce this kami track. Now, we're probably not going to be doing that in this game
No,
because we
alright.
need our karma, but
he's actually spent 2 actions, one to get there and one to interact
One
with
to
him. He's
interact
got
with
one
this.
left.
yeah.
I've got one left. Yeah.
So you could
So I could go there.
do that now, and my guess is it's going to return you to here after you've finished.
Okay. So shall I do that anyway?
I think do
Should we-
it,
should we
yeah.
find
Yeah, go for it.
So I use this. So I'll travel with the monk
Get
Yeah.
that goat whale.
here.
To
And
there.
it says interact at the sanctuary, which is what I've done, to travel with the monk on his ship in search of the
Oh,
whale.
so you are interacting at the sanctuary. Yeah, because that says interact at the sanctuary. So you do
I am. Yeah. So
get
I'm
your kami ability and you recover 3 health.
Yeah.
There
So
you
I've-
go.
It's only one, but that's fine. That's good. So I've used that. So that's a one-time effect, is it?
I don't think so. I think
think
the
that's-
other ones are
right,
one time.
okay.
That's just a
Great.
passive thing.
Okay. So no, 22.
22. The monk's navigational skills surprise you. Even though the sea is rough, he steers the boat without any problems. Suddenly, before your eyes, the water begins to rise. The ghostly whale appears before you. Oh, the monk's name's Ahab, by the way. Just the ghostly whale appears before you. You catch a glimpse of the spear used by the warrior monk, stuck in the centre of its skull. You seem to be its dinner. The monk gives you an order to try and dodge the attack. If you have 2 or more dexterity,
No.
if not, you have to make a dexterity 5 test
Ooh.
to tighten the sail rope so that you can turn the boat.
Okay. Quick, get these sheets in. No.
24. Okay.
Get eaten by the whale.
Oh
You
dear.
don't have time to dodge the whale's blow and end up falling into the water. Lose 5 health. Are you dead?
No.
No.
1, 2,
Okay.
3.
Read on. You try to fight for your life. Drawing strength from within yourself, you try to get back into the boat. Are you a survivor?
I'm a survivor.
Read 25. You manage to grab the monk's hand, but you don't have much time to celebrate the rescue because the whale begins to surface again, ready to attack you. If you are impassable, no. If not, make a spirit test of 5.
Okay, so I've actually got,
You've got no spirit.
no spirit. So
Okay.
roll
You need
a
5.
I need a 5.
You've
Yeah.
got a
So I got a
5.
5.
You are
Look at
praying to the kami so that the boat will hold out long enough. Inexplicably, you have managed to survive the whale's attack.
Really despicable to me.
You jump on it again and manage to pull the spear from its forehead to thrust it again with all your might. The beast emits a guttural sound and stirs. You manage to jump back to the boat to set course back to the sanctuary.
Yes!
Mission complete. You gain 60 coins.
60 coins! Got to get swallowed like Jonah.
Gain 2 karma. You get the Yokai's Pendant special item that we put aside.
We've got the prize for having the most money.
Now,
Wow. Your guy's pendant, yeah.
Decrease the Shogun's influence by 1. So it's
Nice.
now down to 5.
No, he's down to 6.
Sorry, it's down to 6. Okay,
is,
so he's
yeah.
not quite gone.
No, he's not quite there.
Place your miniature in the Suzanu Sanctuary. Ah, so you've ended up there.
Okay, I went that way with the boat. That's
So you
okay.
got
Are
how
we
many?
bu-
How
are
many
we buggered?
karmas did you get?
Was it 5?
2.
We're screwed. We're screwed.
Two.
aren't we?
Yeah. But killed a whale.
Every damn time. Unbelievable.
Right.
Oh, what's wrong with that? I went and had that
You can now.
fantastic adventure.
Yeah, but no one cares.
And
about
that
You can
mission
no
is-
longer-
Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about my adventures.
You can no longer get to Amatsura or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Amatsuru.
Why?
Right. Is it me?
No,
Why
unless
can't
it's
I come this way?
You haven't got a move points.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5,
3,
6,
4,
7,
5,
8.
6, 7, 8.
In one turn.
In
Very
one turn.
key.
I'm going to interact with mission 7. Finally. So this is the heiress of the Dragon Clan, Akiko. We need to escort her to Iga, which is here. The mission token represents, so I'm taking her. That represents her. I can only travel by safe roads because she's a bit like that. And if you share a location with the shadow, so we've got 2 shadows. They're not shadows; they're soldiers, aren't they? 2 soldiers. That's going to add. So these are Shogun's men that are after her. One's there. And where was the other one? There, I think. Yep. So they are soldiers that are after the heiress of the Dragon Clan. I've got to take her to Iga. If they ever end up on the same space as me, I have to do a combat test of 5. And if I fail, the mission is over because it means they've got her.
Right.
Now, thankfully, I haven't moved yet, which means I can now move. So my base movement's at 4. I can only go along safe roads. So I may as well exert myself to go one more.
Mm-hmm.
Can you heal?
I don't need
So you
to.
can get there
I
next
don't
time.
need to. Travel event. Green.
Green. The card sharp. At the market, a man is betting with people to see if he can guess which cup contains the ball. It doesn't take you long to realise that he's cheating and fooling everyone. You decide. A. Publicly accuse him. Or B. You bet 25 money to teach him a lesson.
Well, I don't actually have 25 money.
Can lend you some. You just got to get over here.
So
So
It doesn't. I don't know. Can you bet 25 if you haven't got 25?
I'm not sure. Joel will add that to your notes for things to clarify. It probably should say,
If you have 25.
yeah, or up to your maximum amount. But I'll do the second one.
You bet 25.
I'll bet the 14 money that I have.
Okay. Have you got knowledge?
I do. I have 1 knowledge.
You gain 50 money.
Whoa!
So what we'll do is we'll just. I think that needs rewording to say you may
So
bet
25.
up to 25,
Yeah.
and then you gain double that back. I think that's what it should
Either
say.
that, or you can only bet 25 if you've got 25.
Well, that's quite a
You
lot.
get-
It's
you
a
get
lot, yeah.
14 back.
However,
Oh,
it goes on.
there's more.
You explain what the trick was.
I thought you explode.
Now,
Explain.
do you decide to give the people their money back?
Yes, because I'm good like
Good,
that.
You
good.
split the money you've earned. You lose 25, but gain 2 karma.
Okay, so
Lose 7.
lose 7.
Gain 2 karma.
We're house ruling the card.
Yeah.
That's that done.
Yeah, it's done. Nice.
So that was the travel
If you
event.
don't have the money, you can't do the option at all.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, never mind. We've
All
done that, but we weren't supposed to do that. We were supposed to do the other option.
2 karma will be irrelevant.
I'll tell you what. Since these are cards that are not coming in the full game, let's go with the other option then.
So-
Rewind. So I'm going to call him out to the
right.
public.
Lost 2 karma.
Okay. So, do you decide to publicly accuse him?
Yes.
Have you got 25 money?
I don't have 25.
You haven't got 25 to teach him a lesson. In that case, you're not. You can't
I'm
bet
going to
him.
publicly call him out.
So you accuse the man of cheating. The city guard sees you. You
What?
lose your turn. The picture of a padlock with a 3 next to it. That's a test of 3.
Or is he locked up?
You lose your turn. Full stop. And then padlock 3. Keep this card and spend 1 action to try to escape. So to try to escape, so that's going to
So
be
you're actually locked away.
yes, you're locked away, but trying to escape will cost you an action, and it's a skill test of 3. But I don't know what the
Right.
padlock.
It's a special state. It is in the rule book. I did see it somewhere in there.
Wow.
Well, I'm locked up. I'll try and find that then. But my turn is over for now.
Okay.
Indeed. So,
What about this heiress that I'm carrying with
well,
me?
she's
Yeah, she's locked up with you.
She's locked up with me.
She's saying, what? What? You're supposed to be rescuing
Brilliant.
me?
But is that it, or Arthur? You've still got to take
I
your turn.
have not taken.
So if you take your turn, I'll read the
Right, I will move. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will exert. 5. I will exert. 6. End of movement on Imperial roads.
So
It's a
that's
green event.
Green event.
Joel's saying I need to basically keep trying this to get out, but I don't know what kind of.
That's pretty harsh in a
Probably a power
game.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
the
know what
lost
the
girl.
padlock is.
As you pass through a devastated village, you think you hear a wail.
Well,
Not this kind of wail.
That way.
Not that wail.
In the
More that-
distance.
more that-
In the
Ghostly wail.
distance, you
Has
can
it got
die.
to hear
A
it?
ghostly wail.
You approach and see a frightened girl. If you have Spirit 1,
Yes, you
yeah,
do.
I do, yeah.
the girl trusts you. Take her to a town so that she is safe. Keep this card and discard it to receive a random item.
The little girl has decided to trust a random ninja who's walking along.
Prince, yes,
Okay.
good spirit.
Okay. So that's the end of the
Turn.
turn.
Right, so we move to round 5, which is the final round. Shogun's influence goes up by 2. We draw a new Shogun card.
The monsters.
They are going to move 3 spaces towards their target, and in this particular instance, their target is me because I've got the heiress.
Dangerous streets. The Shogun spies control the streets of major cities. City travel is dangerous.
And we are in
We are
yellow.
We are in green. Oh, he is in yellow.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. Characters start their turn in the city, do a knowledge test of 4, and if you fail, you lose 2 health.
Is anyone in the city?
No.
No, actually.
We're lucky because the last time we had that, 3 of us were in a city.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
right. So these move 3 spaces towards me following the
Shortest.
shortest route.
Did you teleport that guy there? There's no road route.
2, 3.
Better.
That one goes 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3.
So,
Both of them are 2
Okay,
away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Right. And then it's our turns. So we've got 3 actions.
Should I go first? Because I've actually got
Yeah.
good news for.
the temple.
Good news for the shrine.
Right, okay. So I use that. I go 1, 2, 3. I draw a dangerous road card.
Not far away, you see a pack of wolves harassing a man trying to defend his flock. You decide A, they haven't seen you. You walk away from the scene without looking back. B, you will save the man.
Well, I'm a samurai. Of course, I'm going to say that.
Yeah, of course.
Killing wolves.
So
Wales,
it says fight bracket 6.
Combat test of 6.
Yeah.
Now you've got a bow, which is a green, purple, and a red. And you have a power of 1.
Green. Oh, so where's the green?
Now, interestingly, if you'd got this, we might have been able to get to,
All right. Okay.
but you didn't. So.
Well,
I've got a +1.
Green, purple, and red.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What did you need?
6.
6. Hey!
Right.
The farmer is very grateful to you. You gain 1. Is it karma? Is that the game
Karma.
thing?
The top
Karma.
gate, yep.
And 7 money, I guess.
Oh, that puts me on 7 karma, which means I can deliver 7.
The thing is, if he'd got that card, he could have got there.
yeah, because I've got
'If he'd taken a different option.
5 already. Oh, come on! I went to go venturing.
What is the thing you can do that gives you an extra action point?
That was in the
Oh, that's in
adventure
the-
phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the expression.
No, the
And now you're going to interact with the
I will.
Amatsu Shrine.
We need to deposit 8. I've got 7.
Is there any sort of desperate thing you can do, like interact? Oh no, it's not even. Is it?
It's
a
a
It's a
sanctuary.
sanctuary, so you
What
can
can you do at
donate.
sanctuary?
You donate karma to move your kami
Yeah.
back up.
So I'm making an offering of 7.
Yeah.
After making each offering, section 46.
So if we read section 46, 46 says, how much have you offered?
7.
1, 2, 3 or more. So 3 or more, read
Yep.
49. A ray of sunlight illuminates the section you are in and keeps the mist away when you move long enough to complete the ritual for the offering. As you move away from the shrine of Amatsuru, you have renewed strength. You gain 1 action point, and you may repeat the travel action this turn.
Now,
And we need to put 7 karma.
I used 1 for travelling, 1 for interacting. So I've gained an action
Yeah,
point.
gain an action point.
But it's not going to help you.
So I can't do it again.
No, because you've no karma.
You can't fly to me and back.
Karma. So I've got 2, and I can't use them.
Well, you can travel again.
Yeah, you are allowed to travel again. So you could come here, and you could try and beat up this.
Yep.
You've got nothing else to
that
do.
sounds
It's the last round of the game.
Beat up the Shogun's warriors, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So you spend an action point to travel.
Yeah.
But that means another
Oops.
another
Dangerous
red
road.
card.
Road.
Might be a
In the
woman selling a
distance, you
horse.
see a group of catchies. You try to go unnoticed. If you are stealthy,
No, I
No.
don't do stealth. I
if
do
you are,
shooting things
if
with
you are
arrows.
not stealthy, you are detected and receive 2 orange cubes and blood. That's bleeding, isn't it?
If it's just a single blood drop, that's just damage. Yeah, that's just damage. So
And
you
two
So you
orange
roll
cubes.
two orange
roll
dice.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 orange cubes. Worth
2
of
orange dice worth of direct
Damage.
damage. 3.
3 direct
So you
damage.
take three wounds.
But because of my traveller shield, I reduce that by 1.
Yep. Reduce all damage taken from travel events by 1.
2. So I take 2 damage.
Yeah.
And then you encounter the Shogun's Guard.
Okay, so to fight these, it's a combat check of 5.
Okay. I'll get my bow out.
You get your bow, green, purple, red, +1 for your power.
And drink my sake, throw my hammer. Okay. 2, 3.
So you failed, but there's no consequence on these. These are special monsters. It's 5 to defeat them, but if you fail, nothing happens.
I don't get another go, even though I've got another.
No, you didn't. It was 1 action to
Oh, so that's
attack
all
the
my
enemy.
actions.
So that's you done.
Yeah. Okay.
Shall I try and get out?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't quite know how you do a padlock test.
Is it going to be power?
It's not.
Knowledge.
Maybe it's just a
D6?
D6 roll.
Not a
I couldn't find it anywhere in the rules, but we'll make sure that that's added. Yay! I got out. So I've lost my turn. Keep this card. Spend 1 to try and escape. So
Joel says it's just a D6.
it's just a D6 roll. Okay, cool. So yeah, we've managed to escape. Right. Then I will spend an action to travel, and I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, exerting myself.
Yes!
5.
Look at that!
So I get a green travel event.
So you just have okay.
Cheering us to travel
The
along.
blind monk. You encounter an exhausted and disoriented blind monk who asks for help. If you are Akira,
No.
if not, choose. Accompany him on his journey. Or
Haven't got time, mate.
you have heard stories of monsters transforming into monks to attack their victims. You decide to continue alone. So
I'm going to continue alone because I haven't got the time. But I've just realised
You haven't got enough.
You are.
time.
it's an action point to
Interact
with this.
Oh, it is.
Well, so his only hope is if that thing gives him an action point.
Go on then. Yeah,
Yeah, it might do.
I'll help him.
Someone-
all right.
I'll help him.
Keep this card and place a clan token on the Amaterasu shrine. You have to complete the mission during this phase. If you don't complete it, remove this card when you arrive.
Yeah.
Section 53.
Okay, so
You don't.
I offered to take him there, but I arrive here. I'm out of action points.
Oh,
What a shame. You can't deliver the lady.
Can't. I mean, I'm there.
Yeah.
Ran out of time. You've got your turn left.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Well, move. I think it's the only thing I can do. And
How far can you
I
get?
think I can. Well, I can go 4. Okay, when 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think so. 1 or
Go to the city and work.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And exert 1. I'm not going to be 2 away.
We can't do anything else, can
No.
we?
Okay. Yeah. I'll go city work.
So, travel event.
On save road.
The ruins. On a hill, you find the ruins of an old mill. Who knows what treasures it hides? You decide to take a look.
Actually, is it on safe roads or is it safe roads?
No, it's not. So.
I thought you came from here.
No.
Oh no, you were
it's-
transported to. Okay.
Do you have one or more knowledge?
Yes.
Yeah, you find something valuable.
Nice. Do you know what I found? I found Nui's potion.
Nice.
Poison. Sorry, not potion. It's poison.
Oops. It's always important to know the difference.
3
Yes.
uses.
But-
Fly immediately to Amaterasu.
Oh, that would be a
No.
And then you work. And then you work again.
Yeah.
Right. And that is it.
It is not because I'm going to go.
Oh, you haven't had a go. Ah, right, okay.
So I will move 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you've got
Oh,
that guide to
well
drop off.
done.
Wait. Before you do that, can you not travel to there, exchange knowledge?
You could.
Oh.
It's up to you.
Can you exchange cards?
Yeah, you
And-
can exchange. You can come here.
And
I
then
can
get the
give
girl.
her to you, and you can, and then share the knowledge, and you can drop her off here.
But does that get us a win?
It gets us the mission complete.
All right. Yeah, which is notionally better than
It
what
is.
I'm
Which is
doing.
better than a quest complete.
Also, it's good for the video to show this off. Because, yeah, when you're sharing knowledge and items, I'm out of action points. I'm too tired to carry on. Here, you take her.
Please come and help me.
Right, where was I? I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was I there? I think I might have been there.
I think you were here.
So 1, 2, 3.
So, yeah, just normal movement to there.
Well, 3/4. Yeah. I can carry on moving.
Green travel event.
Mysterious path. You reach a fork in the trail.
No. I haven't finished moving yet. We're merely exchanging.
Yeah.
No, because
exchange-
you need to interact here.
Okay,
to
so it's a
drop
free
her off.
action to exchange,
Yes.
and then I interact as a second
Yeah.
action. So is a travel. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay, mysterious path. You reach a fork in the trail. One of the paths has a sign with a crushed head that says, "Do not enter." You decide, A, you ignore the sign and continue down that direction, or you do not follow the path marked by the sign.
On the basis that I have a horrible feeling that if I take another route, it's going to take longer in some way. I will ignore the crushed head and carry on.
You do not follow the path marked by the sign.
No, he is
I am
following.
following the path with the crushed head on it.
You
He's ignoring the sign and continuing on.
You've got a choice. A, you ignore the sign and continue that way.
Correct.
That's what you're going to do, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. Turn this card over.
Throwing oh, right, okay.
Lycanthrope. You walk down a dark path. In the background, you see an old ramshackle hut. The light of a fire glows inside. As you approach, you hear screams inside. Multiple screams. Through a window, you see a man begins to transform into a giant wolf. 6 tails sprout out of his back, and 2 enormous blades emerge from his hands. When the transformation is over, his gaze focuses on you, and you suddenly lose sight of him. Instantly, a shadow swoops down on you from the roof of the house. It spares your life.
However,
Mark Lycanthrope.
so we mark Lycanthrope.
So Arthur, what's your surname?
Yeah.
And there we go.
Yes.
Just so you know, all of Paul's sounds that he's making, they're available. They're a bonus stretch goal for the Kickstarter. Available on cassette or VHS.
Okay. So to recap, I moved. I shared information.
You saw a sign, you
I
ignored the
I
sign.
stole the princess. Oh no! I saw the sign. Ignored the sign.
We
blah, blah,
now
blah.
share
Rescue
information.
the
We now share
damn. You
information.
rescued the damn
I
boy.
rescue the
I
princess.
give you the.
Just ignore
I don't
the
think she's a
hair
princess.
growing out the back of my hand.
Yeah.
Yes, just ignored the blade.
And then I'm going to give you her and say she wants to go here.
Right. So my third action.
So you put one of your tokens on there, and then your third action is to interact with that token,
Which is what I do.
which is section
Section thumbs up 1.
section 1. You manage to get Akiko safely to her destination. Resistance members will take care of her. So you get all the credit. You get 60 money.
You've only carried it.
You gain 2
nowhere.
karma.
It's all work.
How many cards?
He spent the entire game
Carrying this,
rescuing that.
you're carrying this poor lass.
I mean, you could give half that money to me. I'm just saying, because we're in the same location. Just saying.
I could.
So you gain 2 karma. If there are any soldiers still on the board, they remain on the board and they pursue Akiko's last carrier. Reduce the Shogun's influence by 1.
Yes.
Okay. And that is it. That is the end. 5 rounds.
Those go.
Those go. So we need to read. What was it we're reading? After 5 rounds,
Abysmal failure.
read
Purification.
43.
You have failed to purify the sanctuary. 42.
So we read 43 first and then 42. So 43. The pendant Jirobo gave you starts to vibrate on your chest.
What pendant?
What pendant?
Where are we getting this 43 from?
Well, why are we reading 43?
Am I reading 43? Am I reading the right one?
What was the
It
card?
says at the start, after 5 rounds, read 43 at the end of round 5.
Do we do?
Oh, it's law. Okay. It's not something which has been explained earlier, which is why it's confused us. The pendant Jirobo gave you starts to vibrate on your chest, and you begin to hear his voice clearly in your head. We already have the whereabouts of the man we were looking for. He's being held on a Waji island.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun,
It's time to set course there. So that's
Oh.
where the
That's where the
exploration
exploration
Well,
goes.
that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah, no,
should
I'm-
it?
No, I mean, considering
So-
we have these little...
There's a 90-foot guy with an enormous axe.
If you have successfully completed 4 or more missions,
Right, we have, haven't we? 'Cause-
have we?
Well, I'm sure
I've
we
got
have.
2.
I've got 2.
We did
I've
5.
got- yeah,
Okay.
5.
So we've successfully completed 4 or more, so we mark resistance advance.
Yes.
That gives you a bonus in the next part. If we hadn't, we would have marked Shogun advance.
Okay.
Yeah, first one.
Then, if mission 1 is still in play, read 42.
Yeah.
42 says, the dark fog that invaded the Amaterasu Shrine has not been controlled and has begun to spread south. Hope begins to abandon these lands, mark spiritual corruption,
Oh,
which,
no.
again, will have an effect. in the
So,
next.
I blame you guys for that.
No, I got
It's
it.
in
I had
Evans.
fun with a whale.
Fun with whales.
We went
Yeah.
fishing.
That's it. That's the end of the adventure
I
phase.
just want to check, Paul. How many missions did you complete?
So I completed loads, but then
Taken away from you.
then I met this woman and she needed help
And your horse got nicked.
and she stole my horse.
Oh,
I did not have a good day, did I? But that's it. It's a cooperative game.
Cooperative, that's right.
that was
Took it for the
entertaining.
team.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine. So yeah, this was just an example of how an adventure phase will play out. Now, just a reminder of what I said at the start. The game comes with, and I can't remember how many chapters. Joel will tell us how many chapters it comes with. All of them have an exploration phase, which we've not seen yet. More than half of them, I think, have an adventure phase. Now, the exploration phase is what we're going to be covering in part 2. We have penciled that in for Good Friday. It will be live probably, I don't know, we might go for a 6 o'clock start, but maybe a 7 o'clock start. 7 o'clock start on Good Friday, or 6?
6, because I think the dungeon.
The exploration phase is going to take longer. It's going to take longer. It's probably going to take us about 4 hours to do that. So yeah, we might start that 6 o'clock on Good Friday. We'll pencil that in for that time. If you can't watch it because it is a bank holiday, don't worry, you'll be able to watch it afterwards. But if you're interested in what happens after the adventure phase, as I say, there's the exploration phase where we go through a series of smaller rooms. There's movement, there's enemies to fight. You're going to see a lot more combat in that. And eventually we'll be fighting a boss who may look like this one. And some of the things that we've done in this will have an impact on the next exploration phase. And some of these might have an impact later on in the campaign, if this was a full part of the campaign.
So do we need to record anything?
Got it all on video.
Of course, yes.
So yeah, I can keep that. We'll maybe take some photos or something like that. and we'll get all that for next time. Act 1. So the 12 chapters in Act 1, there are 8 of those have adventure phases. So there's 12 chapters in Act 1. 8 of them have adventure phases. And Act 2, so in Act 1, it's these 4 characters, and they progress through to level 5. And then once you've finished Act 1, Act 2, which I believe is one of the expansions, I don't think Act 2 is part of the base game, then it's other characters starting, I believe, at level 3. And then there's 10 in Act 2. And it's all part of one big storyline that's going on, which, as you've seen, is a nice mix of sort of Japanese feudal society.
So 10 exploration phases only with 4 new characters.
Right, okay, 10 exploration phases. Oh, and it's part of the base game. Oh, right, okay. They were the stretch goals. Right, okay, so Act 1 and Act 2 are all part of the base game. That's it. If you found the video useful, leave me a comment, let me know. As I mentioned at the start, this video is being done because the Pledge Manager is currently active. Pledge Manager closes on the 13th of May. And then after that, there's going to be a lot of work to polish off some areas of the game, polish off some of the text on some of the cards, make sure it's all clear, all understandable, and then obviously production will begin. I can't answer any questions on when the game is going to be delivered to backers. That's down to the publisher. But I know they want to make a good quality product for you to have at the end of the day. It's clear that a huge amount of work has gone into this. Simply, I mean, for various reasons, but when I found out that these travel events were chapter specific. So every time you play a game, each chapter has its own travel event specifically for that chapter. You can, and there's huge amount of work that's gone into this. They've got a good writing team that are good with the narrative. I think some of the people they've got writing the stories on the text are actual proper published authors, things like that. And the miniatures are really good.
These are stunning.
Miniatures are stunning. I was also going to share with you the money. So I just want to show you, let's move my character aside for a minute. So I did say that the money was some of the nicest money I've seen, and I think this is final quality. But these are metal coins, and there's lots of games that come with metal coins these days, but these look really good. They are nice and thin, but they just sound nice.
Weight.
They sound nice, and all of the shading on them.
They look good.
So they look really good. 25s, 5s and 1s, and I'm pretty sure these are the final quality. I can't see them being any better. But they're really, really nice metal coins. And nice miniatures as well. And not like 200 miniatures as well. There are some miniatures in the game. The sculpts are gorgeous. The detail on them is really nice.
How many more miniatures are there in the box?
So this isn't all of the ones that you will get in the game itself. You will get a lot more in the game itself. These are just the ones that are needed for this particular demo scenario. But you can
massive demon dog.
You can find full details of all of the miniatures that are included in the game on the Kickstarter page. And if you are interested in getting the game, please use the link in the description, because that's my special link. I won't get any money from it, but it'd be nice for Synergic to know how many people are sent their way. I don't know what that is.
Turtle guy.
Yeah.
It's a mutant ninja turtle.
But we're all done. Thank you very much to you three for joining me this afternoon. We've been playing the game this afternoon, and then we've brought you the adventure phase tonight. And as I say, join us in a couple of weeks' time, and we'll be covering the exploration phase. And thank you again, Joel, for all of your help today and last week. We'll see you all next time. Thank you all again. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.